adhere to every word that he uses in every way in every way he defines it. It's the most stupidest thing. No, bro. Invite you to co-host.
Let's bring up some more people. We got a lot of people here on TikTok. Let's get it.
If you want to join open panel debate night, click the first
One
link in
up.
this pin.
Let me accept another one. I guess you're not ready.
Join our team.
Let's accept this one. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. What do you want to debate about? You see the prompts. Let me know.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I see the atheists are dumb.
Oh, you're an atheist.
No, I'm not an atheist.
Okay. So that's the prompt you want to debate about?
Yeah, because I don't understand, I don't understand the correlation.
Oh, atheists are dumb. Oh yeah. Dumb meaning like atheists. A lot of them believe in evolution, or they take some type of non-theist belief where they believe either in nothing. So it's either they believe in evolution.
Dumb doesn't mean that. Okay, you're smarter than I am. What does dumb mean?
No, but you just, when did you address that? Why did you say in that regard what dumb? Did you redefine that word?
Oh no, I just told you you're smarter than me. Then what does dumb mean?
Wait, you don't know what dumb means?
You're smarter than me, man. Go ahead, tell me what dumb means.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the premise.
I thought you just said that it doesn't follow. Wait, but Tom, listen. I thought you just said that it doesn't follow and it doesn't mean that. Then obviously you have a meaning of dumb that I wouldn't understand. So, but hey, what does dumb mean?
Okay, so if we look up dumb, I guess whatever the definition may be, temporarily unable or make dumb or unheard. So the correlation that you made was that they did evolution. That's what makes them dumb.
Uh, I couldn't hear that last part. The correlation of what I made was what? What'd you say?
You were stating the correlation that atheists are dumb, so
Yeah.
that they believe in evolution.
So once again, I'll state the position again since you can't follow. Okay.
No, wait, just that.
I'll state it again since you can't follow. Okay. So here it is. Premise.
What? What'd you say?
You were stating the correlation from
What I'm
that atheists are dumb is
Yeah.
because they believe in evolution.
to believe.
So once again, I'll state the position again since you can't follow. Okay.
No, wait, just.
I'll
Wait.
state it again
Am I
since you
wrong?
can't follow.
Am I-
Okay. So here it
Okay.
is. Premise one: atheists are dumb. To expound on that, what I'm saying is it's dumb to believe in nothing. It's dumb to believe in evolution theory, Darwinism, and things like that. I think that is dumb. Do you get that? Do you need me
No,
to
I
dumb it
don't-
down
I
for
don't
you?
get- no, I
Look,
did not get
it
that.
is dumb to believe that we came from monkeys. It is dumb to believe that, we don't have a creator and everything was designed perfectly and ordered in a perfect manner in a logical, consistent way. It's dumb to not believe that we don't have a creator that
Okay,
created
let me ask you a
everything. Is
Let me ask
that
you a
better
question.
for you? Do
Let me
you
ask you a question.
do you understand
Let
that
me ask you a
better?
question. If somebody has an education, say
Listen,
from St. John's,
do you understand
would
that?
they
Yes
be
or no?
considered? No, I understand. Yeah, I understand the semantics. But let me ask you a question. If someone has an education at say St. John's, would you consider them dumb?
If someone has an education from what?
From like a college like St. John's, would you consider them dumb?
What does education have to do with anything?
So are you answering the question or are you asking me a question?
I'm asking you to clarify it. What does education have to do with anything? There's many
Sure, but
people
answer.
that can
Sure,
have an
sure. Right.
I'll
Right.
expound. Shut up and listen. I
No,
know
just answer the
people in Harvard that believe that a man can be a woman. Are they not dumb?
So do you consider
Are they
someone
not
with
dumb? The
education?
people in
Answer the
Harvard
question.
University that believe that men and women are interchangeable widgets, are they dumb or are they not dumb?
done though. I've already
No,
used your
so
premise.
do you concede that your
No,
position?
I'm trying to get my point across, but
Do you
you're too busy trying to
concede
explain
on
the
that
point.
position?
No.
Okay, so real quick. No,
Okay, so
don't
can I
go
respond?
anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Listen,
Jesus.
stop talking. You talking too much. I'm gonna let you speak. You asked me, well, if someone has an education from a great university, a prestige university, does that mean that they're dumb? I just gave you an example how it doesn't matter
What's my
about someone's
argument? What's my argument?
education.
Do you know what my
They can
argument is?
still be dumb. And you just conceded and said, yes, they can still
No, I
be
didn't.
dumb,
I didn't. I
which
just told
means
you I
that
didn't.
your
I
question
just told you I
was a
didn't.
dumb question, which means that you are dumb.
Billy, you have no idea what my argument is, do you?
Go ahead, man.
No, you don't, because you're not allowing
I
me
already
to establish
refuted your argument. Your argument has been
I haven't even
destroyed.
established it.
No,
I
your
haven't even
argument has
established
been
it.
destroyed.
How? What is my argument?
The argument that you currently made about dumb, you were making an example to try to say, well, Cooley, what do you mean by dumb? Because someone can have an education at a prestige university, and that doesn't really make them dumb. That was your position that you were taking. This is why you asked me the question. And then when I gave you an example how
you're
it doesn't
incorrect.
matter what someone's
incorrect.
education level is, they can still be
Incorrect.
dumb.
Incorrect.
Because they can
You're
believe that a man can be a woman. And guess what? You know that a lot of people
No, you're
believe that
incorrect.
men can be women. And you do know that they're dumb. This is
you're
why you conceded to that point, but you don't
Say
want
it
to
with me.
concede the full argument.
Incorrect. Say it with me. Incorrect.
Okay.
So now you're ready to hear.
Fair
are
enough.
You ready to hear the argument? Are
What
ready
do
to
you
hear it?
want to, real quick, what do you want to debate about, bro?
Okay, so what's the definition? What's the definition of a no true Scotsman fallacy?
I don't know. You let me know. I have to
No,
Google
no.
it.
Okay.
I mean, I know a lot of fallacies, but I don't know that one. Go ahead.
You don't know. You don't know what a no true Scotsman fallacy is?
I know many fallacies, but that one I don't know off the top of my head. Do you know what the tu quoque fallacy is?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, you don't know what the tu quoque fallacy is, so therefore are you dumb?
But let me.
So
let me
look, you
establish my
asking me
argument.
what a fallacy is, and then I don't know it, and you're like, oh my gosh, you don't know what the no true Scotsman fallacy is. But then I pose the same question to you. Do you know what a tu quoque fallacy is? Oh, I don't know. You're an idiot, bro. You're out of here. You're dumb. Freaking dork.
Whoa, chill.
Whoa, chill. No chill, man. You're an idiot. This is actually kind of fun on TikTok, bringing these clowns up. I think I like these TikTok people, man. They're dumb, but it's like, it's a little more fun. Like they're confidently dumb, right? I think I like that. You can have fun with the confidently dumb people, right? Because you can get under their skin a little bit more. Like the people that's dumb and they're not really that confident, it's like they kind of more chill. Can't really get under their skin. But the ones that like are confident, oh man, you see how triggered he was? Homie was big triggered. Homie was big mad.
I've been trying
Hit
to
him
debate
with
this
the
dude for
camel
hella long.
argument, Cooley.
I've been
Why is
trying
there so
to
many
debate
camels
this
in the
dude
chat?
for hella long, and he always
Oh,
dodges
man.
me. Watch how he dodges me.
Oh no, that was
she
earlier.
brings up my
My
name and
bad.
everything.
Where we at?
Thinks he's so smart.
Turn the table fallacy. Oh man. He's not a true Christian. He was no true Scotsman's fallacy. Dude was feminine. He just wanted to argue that dude was straight bitch. Cooley cooked him. Yeah, man, he got cooked bad, bro. He got cooked very, very bad. And that's the thing, like the feminine energy, because he was passive aggressive. Like as a man, just say something, right? Just say it with your chest. He's going to ask it in a question form. Well, he's like, because on TikTok, everybody on YouTube, but I got the prompts on TikTok above my head. It says atheists are dumb, which is prompt 1, right? He comes up and says, well, what do you mean by dumb? Like, do you know the definition of dumb? Like what do you mean by that? So then I go ahead and, first he says, what do you mean by dumb? I explain to him what I mean by dumb. Right? Like atheists believing in nothing, believing in evolution, believing in all of this dumb stuff. Right? I explain that. Then he says, well, do you know the definition of dumb? Then he reads a definition of dumb. And then while he was reading the definition of dumb, he goes to, well, if someone had education at a prestige university, would they be dumb?
Because he called me dumb.
He asked me that question. Yeah, because someone can have an education at Harvard and believe that a man can be a woman. Are they not dumb? He concedes and says, oh, no, they would be dumb. So then the point that you made was dumb. Then he also says, I like to review these things, right? Because like it's almost hard to believe like how dumb someone can be. And then he says, oh, do you know what the no true Scotsman fallacy is? I'm like, no, not off the top of my head. Go ahead and read it to me. And then he tries to make fun of me. Oh, wow, you don't know what the no true Scotsman fallacy is, bro? What? How don't you know that? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, bro. Do you know what the tu quoque fallacy is? No, I don't know what that is. Okay, we're in the same boat, stupid. Look. That was the most dumbest argument. All right, let me take a quick bathroom break and I'll be up. I see people on TikTok trying to join. We got people backstage on YouTube. Javar, I see you back here. AD, Reezuhn, see you back here. Going to bring y'all up. The people on TikTok, we got okay, we got a lot of guests that's looking to join. I'm going to bring y'all up. We got Lazy. I guess he's back in here. He wants to join again. You know what? After I bring in some other folks, Lazy, I may give you another chance to redeem yourself. I may give you another chance to redeem yourself. So don't go anywhere. But we got Ali Young. We got The Report, Truckersters. We got Jordan. We got Sham Fly.
Did y'all hear that though?
I guess. I'm probably saying all of these names wrong because it's just spelled incorrectly. Okay. But anyways,
let's see how it goes.
1 minute break. I'll be right back. Got to take a piss.
Looks like we're in for a treat. He's going to call your boy up. All right. Yeah, you'll be able to see what's good. If he's really cool. Well, now I'm a little nervous. Yeah. I actually think I gotta mute that. I think I gotta mute that because I don't know if he paid for it or not. He got paid for it.
They got me up. I'm up. Yo.
Oh man, it's you again, man. You here for another debate?
You don't let me finish, man.
This guy want to smoke again. All right, hold up. Let me we gonna debate in a moment. Don't go nowhere. Let me debate some more of these TikTok folks. All right, we got let's bring this guy up. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and what do you want to debate about?
Yeah, bro. My name is Philip. Yeah, and I'm gonna say, yo, I've been watching you a long time, bro. I'm just gonna say, I respect you, bro. I'm from Jamaica. We love you down there. I think you're doing a great job. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. And I think atheists are dumb. I'm not here to debate or object against anything. They're stupid, bro.
Yeah,
Full
man.
stop. I mean, like, I've been on podcasts. They ask me, how do I know that God exists? What proof do I have? I'm like, dude, I'm proof. I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm talking.
Yeah.
I'm the living.
Yeah, you
proof
can
of
you can
God.
give many different arguments to the atheist. The one that came up, he was just his argument did not prove that God doesn't exist. His argument was dumb because all of the things that he presupposed about God did not
Bro.
adhere to any theist belief, especially the any of the three Abrahamic faith religions like Muslim,
They don't read, bro.
Jews and Christians. It didn't adhere to any of those. I'm like, well, what you talking about, bro? But listen, man, I want to bring up some people for open panel debate night, so I'll go ahead and let you go. Appreciate the support, though. All right, let's get some more people up here. Let's see what we got. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Let me get your name, age, and what do you want to debate about? The prompts.
Hey bro, what's up? Well, I didn't request the debate. I'm also a very big fan of yours. So
Well, gotta let you go, man. I appreciate the support, but we only trying to get debaters up here. All right. Who's up next? Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Other guest will be back soon. Looks like he got his thing paused. Let's go ahead and disconnect from there. Bring up someone else. All right. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and age. What do you want to debate about?
Key 40. Well, obviously your prompt says atheists are dumb. Which God do you believe in?
Christian.
Christian God?
Yes.
So would you? All right.
And
so-
are you an atheist?
Yes, I am.
All right. And so what atheist belief do you believe in, like evolution theory? What do you believe in? How do you think that everything comes into an existence? What belief do you take?
My stance on that is that I would just follow the science on that.
Okay, so are you a physicalist?
For the most part.
Okay. So for the most part, you're a physicalist, and you don't believe in things that is not empirically proven, or do you believe in things that aren't empirically proven?
I would say lean towards more things that are empirically proven.
You lean more towards things that are empirically proven.
Correct.
But you do not believe in things that are not empirically proven, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just use the transcendental argument on you. In regards to you only believe in things that are empirically proven, do you believe in logic?
I got a phone call just now, my bad.
It's okay. Do you believe in logic?
Yeah.
Can you empirically prove logic?
No, it's dialogic.
Okay. Booyah. That's the end of that debate. You just contradicted yourself.
Okay. Now, question in regards to the
No.
Bible, right?
Do you understand that you just contradicted yourself? Yes or no?
Sure.
Okay. And how can you reconcile within your worldview that there's a contradiction?
Using my logic.
Using your logic, you can reconcile that you believe in something, that you are a physicalist. You believe that everything derives from the physical, the material, but then you believe in things that is immaterial, like logic, where there's no empirical evidence for, which would be a contradiction. It's A and also not A, logical contradiction. How do you reconcile that? You don't reconcile that with logic. Like, well, what do you mean? You would have to change to reconcile that with logic, which it would conclude that you have to change your worldview.
You want to stick to your script, or you want to talk about the Bible?
It's not a script. I'm critiquing you on your position because prompt 1 is atheists are dumb, and you just proven how you are dumb because you just got caught in a contradiction. I'm asking you, how do you reconcile that? You're saying with logic. Well, the logical conclusion would be to change your position. So will you change your position? So you're not trapped in that contradiction? You need to get out of that contradiction. So if you use logic, how do you get out of that contradiction? The only way is to change your position on your beliefs, correct?
Sure.
Okay, well, now let's go through it then, right? So if it's the case that you do in fact believe in things that are not empirically true, like logic, like reason, like number theory, like language, the ability for us to interpret information, these are all things that cannot be empirically proven. You can't find it in a microscope at all, right? These are transcendental categories that transcend the physical, which you say that you believe in. So this means that you must take on a belief that is not just a physicalist belief. You must believe in these things that you actually do believe in, these metaphysical categories, these transcendental categories. These things must be grounded somewhere, okay? Because you would say that 1 + 1 would always equal 2, right?
Yes.
It can like never not equal like 11, right?
Right.
Correct. So then math itself,
Actually, I guess I
not
could tell
like,
you guys because
math
he
just
can
writing
hear
things
me,
down on a piece of paper. I'm like,
but,
math itself,
I created my own like
this
religion
would
and
have to
God.
be grounded
At first
somewhere.
I called
It's
it
a
super God,
universal
but now
that
I
never
call it
changes. And the universal that
well,
never,
you're
this
gonna hear,
universal that
but,
never
I
changes,
got
since
something
1 +
for
1 would
him. It's gonna be
always
different
equal
than
2.
this stupid
This means that
theist
it
thing.
needs to
I'm
be
trying to throw him
a
curveball.
divine, omniscient, eternal being to ground
cool.
things like number theory, like math, things like logic, reason. It needs to be an internal being that grounds these things and holds them together, because you can't have math without logic.
You're presupposing that. Who says it has to be?
You can't have interpretation without, the self or logic and reason. You can't have any of these transcendental categories by itself. They all work in uniformity together, hand in hand.
You're presupposing that. Who says
That's
there
not
has
a
to be
pre.
being?
That's not what I'm presupposing. There's no evidence, physical evidence, empirical evidence for
You just said
this.
there has to be a being.
Yes.
Can you demonstrate that being?
Yeah, there would have to be a being, because the argument is this.
That's a fallacy.
There's no, listen, I'll tell you. The argument is very simple. There's no other possible way within the atheist worldview, no other possible way within the atheist worldview that these transcendental categories could exist without there being an internal being. Can you explain or demonstrate in any way how we can have these transcendental categories without there being an eternal, omniscient, divine being?
You have to demonstrate that. You're the one that's. You have to demonstrate that.
No. Once again, it's not. It's we, because remember, the logical conclusion to your belief is to change your position. So it's no longer I, it's we. You're part of me now, man. Remember, you got caught in a contradiction. Your worldview was illogical. So now you have to come up with a position that's more logical, right?
So how do you ground your morality?
Within God.
Within God? So
Yes.
when God says it's okay, to own people as slaves for property, that's moral?
No, that's incorrect. God never said that. That would be a lie, and you are interpreting scripture incorrectly.
You want to go?
And these will be many other things. God does not contradict himself at all, and God does not lie. A lie would be a contradiction. But what you don't understand, real quick, I'll give it to you. I'll answer your question. You don't understand in that revelation is revealed over time within biblical scripture. Since man is in a fallen state, there's many scriptures, there's many passages within the Bible where you can interpret something where if just because they're telling a story and they're describing how it is, does not mean that's how it should be. So you're taking a is to a should by your false interpretation of scripture. So this is why you think that, oh, in the Bible, it was slaves. So if it was slaves, well, therefore slavery must be good. No, you're an idiot. That was dumb.
Gotcha. So what's the word or term we use when you own someone's property?
Listen, man, you're bad at this, right? So let's go back to, you don't understand, you don't even believe in biblical scripture at all, and you need to do more studying, and you should not try to understand this on your own. You maybe need to go to a priest, a pastor, a bishop, someone to help you out, because you're lacking you won't be able to do an internal critique, because your question that you just asked presupposes things that I disagree with. So you're like the other atheists, right? The other atheists ask questions where the question itself I don't even agree with, because the premise of it is incorrect.
All right. So in Leviticus 25, 44 to 46.
It's incorrect.
Let me finish. When it says that as for the slaves that you may have, that you can keep forever and pass down to your children, and they're your slaves forever. What does that mean?
Was slavery? So this is one thing. I'm not going to get into scripture for you because you just don't understand, because you don't know how to interpret information. Well. How we define slave today, is it defined the same way as slave before? Yes or no? Is it defined the same?
You cut out. I didn't hear anything you said.
Is slave, the way we define it now, right? Is that the same way it's defined in biblical scripture? Yes or no?
Yes, there's two different forms, yes.
Okay, so then there's two different meanings of slave, right?
No, not two different meanings. There's two different type of slavery. There's debt slaves and there's chattel slaves. That
would be two different meanings, correct?
It's not. It's two different types of slavery, not meanings.
If there's if in biblical scripture, when they use the word and they're talking about a debt needs to be paid off, and in current society, when we use the word slave, we're talking about like chattel slavery, would that be two different meanings of the same word?
No, it's two different forms of slavery, because only Israelites can be debt slaves.
If it's two different forms, itself would mean that it's two different meanings.
Why are you equivocating?
So, again,
I'm correct again. I'm correct again. So listen, let's walk it slow. The argument that you're making, I can refute it because I know what it is. You're just making an argument to say, well, listen, well, if God is all good, then why did God allow this? What you're doing is you're interpreting scripture incorrectly, right? You shouldn't go the scripture route. You have to go, listen, within your worldview right now, we got to build it up because your worldview is false. So like, it's like this, right? It's like, say if you haven't played like you played soccer, right? Kicking stuff with your feet. And then you get on a basketball court and you're like still like so used to kicking the ball with your feet. Like, no, bro, it's a basketball. You shoot with your hands. Everything is with your hands. Nothing is with your feet. Like if you do anything with your feet, bro, that's like you're traveling, right? Those rules are not allowed here. So your belief, you have the atheist belief and you're trying to map it on to a Christian belief, but you're failing at interpreting and understanding scripture. So now what we have to do though for you, what's your name? Key 312. Let's say Key. Mm-hmm. What we got to do, Key, we got to start from a logical position, right? Since your worldview failed at logic, you contradicted yourself, you must try to find a logical position that is coherent, consistent, and true. So if it's the case under your worldview, these transcendental categories cannot ground itself, I'm asking you, the question is still on you. I want to hear an answer. With what can you conceptualize within your mind? What can you conceive of within your mind? How these universal categories like logic, reason, induction, deduction, math theory, language, these things never change. They're grounded. Where is it grounded in? Is it grounded in a rock? Is it going to be grounded in human beings? Where is it grounded in? Because they don't change. So who's going to ground it?
Look, you pivoted completely off of
I didn't pivot.
slavery.
Who's going to ground these things? Go ahead. Just answer the question, man. Remember, you made the pivot to you made the first pivot to biblical scriptures, which you failed at. So I'm just bringing it back on track because I'm trying to help you out here.
No.
Which one?
No, I wanted you to read it and tell me the interpretation of the verse.
No. Listen, man. Who's going to ground these transcendental categories that is unchanging? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be God? Oh, look, then he leaves. This guest has left. Oh, we got cooked. Bruh. Homie got cooked bad, bro. He was like, "Oh wow, what my worldview is a contradiction." Well, let me. He's playing soccer, right? He's like, "Oh well, let me go ahead and try to play basketball and try to find a contradiction of it." No, bro, you need to like learn like the rules of basketball. There's a travel if you kick the ball. There's if you dribble the ball with two hands, that's a double dribble. There's an out of bounds. You get what I'm saying? There's many different things, right? Goaltending. You need to know the rules, right? And you bringing up scripture, you don't even know how to interpret the scripture. You don't even know that there's different meanings for different words, right? Oh, it's not a different meaning. It's just two forms. Bro, that's a different meaning. All right, we got any super chats in here? Let me see. I think I pinned some. We got Dane Snyder says in $2 says, let's have at least 3 debates on free will tonight. Yeah, man, let's not. We got the Fallen One says, what up, Cooley? Let's have a great debate tonight. Okay, I think I read that one. We got the Fallen One says in $2. This happens every time I go into 7-Eleven. That's funny. Yeah, that was with that one guy, man. I'm like, bro, how did this guy get locked into my stream?
That was fun.
All right, let's bring up more people.
That was hella fun.
Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name, age, and what do you want to debate about?
My name's Hanok. I'm 18, and I want to debate about how atheists are dumb.
Oh, are you an atheist?
I am agnostic, but I don't think atheists are dumb.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
And the reason why is because the Bible has far too many contradictions.
So, you don't believe that atheists are dumb. You're agnostic, and agnostic, you're like on a fence, like you really don't know if there's a God or not.
Yeah, and
what has you on the fence? Like, what other beliefs are you juggling with? Like, are you juggling with evolution?
I would. Sorry, I apologize.
I'm just asking you the question since like you're agnostic. Okay. Like, what's making you agnostic? Why don't you know?
I would actually say I'm like 60% atheist, 40% agnostic. So I'm a little bit leaning to atheist.
Okay, but like, what's making you that? What other beliefs are you battling with for you to not know what to believe in? Because obviously the reason why you don't know because you're struggling with other beliefs. So do you believe in evolution? What do you believe in?
I do. I believe in science.
Okay, so you believe in science, you believe in evolution, and how far are you taking this? Do you believe in like Big Bang Theory?
I don't know, to be honest, about that. I don't think we're meant to know that, to be honest. I don't think we do know that. But the main reason why I'm not Christian is because I think there's too much contradiction in the Bible, and if it's true, there wouldn't be any contradiction. But
I don't believe that there's any contradictions within biblical scriptures. The reason why you would maybe believe that is because you are interpreting scripture incorrectly. But let's get back to atheists, right? So atheists, real quick, in regards to atheism, because you're saying that you're on a fence. You're about 60% atheist, 40% agnostic. I got that right? I got that right?
Yes.
And you also said that the reason why you really don't know is because, well, one of the things that you do believe in is evolution. But you really don't know how things come into existence, so you really don't know about Big Bang Theory.
Well, evolution is a fact. Natural selection is a fact.
Okay, so then you believe in. Well, I'm asking you, how far do you take it back? Do you take it back to the Big Bang, or how far do you take it back? How does things come into existence? How do we exist?
I don't know, but I feel like, how do you think God came into existence?
Instead of asking me a question, how about you answer my question first?
I just said I don't know how things come into existence, and I don't think we're meant to know that. I don't think we will know that.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, that's fine. You just don't know. But as far as evolution, then you would believe that, like, what, the universe is like, what, 100 million years old or something like that, 10 billion years old. You believe like that, right?
Yeah,
And from that belief, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm still trying to understand the atheist position more as well. But that belief is under the assumption that everything is relative and random and without purpose. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Exactly. And I think.
Well, I just want to understand your position, man.
Yeah.
If that's the case, if everything is relative, there's nothing is actually true. Well, it's relative. What's true to you is false to me. What's right over there is wrong over here. And everything is purposeless. If everything is relative and everything is purposeless, then you do not have the ability for knowledge to exist, because knowledge, it would be something that is true, right? To have knowledge would insinuate truth.
The fact that I'm a conscious being is what gives me that authority.
I'm sorry. Say that again. What gives you the authority?
I mean, the fact that I'm a conscious being and I have consciousness gives me that authority to sorry, because you said that the fact that I think everything is meaningless means that I can't comprehend like a life, basically. Is that what you're saying?
If everything is random and in motion and it's all purposeless, then knowledge cannot exist in a world like that. And the reason why knowledge cannot exist in a world that's purposeless and random, because logic insinuates truth. Like, there is something that is objectively true. And if everything is relative, then there's no objective truth. And if there isn't any objective truth, you can't have knowledge, because you don't truly know anything if everything is relative. So in your worldview, knowledge doesn't exist. And also in your worldview, why are you up here debating atheism or in even agnosticism if there's no purpose to do it? Why even debate this if there's no purpose under your worldview?
I think there is a purpose too.
Well, then that's a contradiction. It's a contradiction. If there is
I like debating.
If there is debating. Oh, you just like debating. So then there is a purpose. So if there is a purpose to debate, but there's not a purpose for everything to exist, then that's a contradiction. Yeah. How can purposeless stuff create things with purpose? Answer that. How can purposeless stuff create things with purpose? Can you bridge that gap for me?
How can purposeless stuff... Say it again?
How can purposeless stuff create things with purpose if everything is also random and relative?
So in the beginning, I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question. Can I answer the question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to answer this question, then let me ask you a few questions. So like I said, in the beginning, I told you that I don't think we're meant to know. I don't know why we have consciousness. I don't know why you believe God was created through nothing, because I could use the same logic against you and say, where do you think
didn't
God
answer
came
my
from?
question, man. That's not an answer to my question.
I did answer your question. I said in the beginning, I said I don't know.
No. That isn't I don't know is not an answer to my question.
I know. But
Can you repeat my question back?
No. What you're saying is that you're making people who can't answer questions sound stupid, when in reality, if you think you have everything figured out, you're gonna be able to answer questions.
No, I didn't say that.
You think you have everything figured out.
I didn't say that.
Not being able to answer a question doesn't make someone dumb.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. I asked you a simple question, and now what you're doing is you're obfuscating. You're obfuscating off of the point. You're trying to move the goalposts because you know that you are caught in a contradiction.
I answered that. How am I caught in a contradiction?
How about this? How about you repeat my question back? Repeat it back.
You said how can purposeless stuff create things with purpose? I think that's what you said, right?
Correct.
Okay, so like I said, I can't answer that question because I don't know why we have a purpose, basically. How could I answer that when I don't know why we have a purpose? When I don't believe we have a purpose. So
I'm going to repeat what you just said back, and I'm going to tell you how it's incoherent. Okay? Here's how it's incoherent. Yeah. Your position is everything is relative, purposeless, and just random events happening in motion because you believe in evolution. Yeah. You believe in this science that the universe was created, billions of years ago and things like that, and things evolved over time. But things evolved over time with no purpose. If there's no purpose, there's no meaning. Things evolve randomly. So wait, everything is like ordered in a logical. Let me finish. Everything is ordered in a logical way. The universe, we are the perfect distance from the sun. The moon is rotating with the planet in the perfect way. The gravity is perfect. Everything is perfect for life to exist on this planet. So with it all being random, this wouldn't, if something is correct, it has to have some type of purpose.
But everything you said isn't true though. Perfect distance away from the sun. People die from heat strokes. You said the gravity is perfect. People die.
And from your worldview, there's no purpose. So death is meaningless. What are you talking about? Don't steal from the Christian perspective. From your worldview, death is meaningless. You get it? You tried to listen. What you tried to do is you tried to steal from the Christian perspective and map on morality. I can give you reasons to why people die, right? But you can't give any reasons for that because really the only reason is, well, it just happened. Everything is purposeless. There's no meaning to it. So you can't, from your worldview, you're in a pickle. You're in a situation. This is something that you have to reconcile. You understand? You have to reconcile that the thing that you believe in is purposeless, meaningless, and there isn't no correctness. Nothing is correct. Nothing is true. Knowledge cannot exist under your worldview. You say that. I asked you, well, why are you up here debating your worldview if everything is purposeless? You said, well, I want to, so there is a purpose there. Because you want to, there's a purpose. Okay, if it's the case that you want to and there is a true purpose for you to debate here, then how can something with no purpose give you purpose? Bridge the gap. You still haven't answered it.
I said I'm not 100% sure if we have a purpose.
Okay, so if you're not 100% sure if we have a purpose, then explain to me from your worldview. Don't steal from the Christian worldview with ethics, with logic and reason. Don't steal from my worldview. Stay consistent with your worldview. Okay, so if it's the case, let me answer. Let me get the question out, man. Let me get the question. Stop talking. If it's the case under your worldview, there's no purpose, there's no meaning, but some way, somehow, it's like, wow, I feel a purpose that I need to be up here to debate. Can you answer the question how something with no if everything was created with no purpose, then why do you have purpose in your soul? Do you have a soul?
That's the thing. So from my 60% of being an atheist, yeah, we have no purpose if everything came randomly. But if people really have a purpose, why did God kill millions of people in the Bible?
Because you don't understand biblical scripture, man. I'll explain it for you though. Okay. You have these questions. I'll simplify it. Give me 30 seconds. Quick. It'll be very quick. Here you go. This is for you. Education for you and any other the atheists in the chat. God created everything. Everything. God created the universe. God created us. God created if you read the Genesis, everything that God created, after his creation, he said that it was good. Everything he created good. He created human beings, though. He created Adam special. He created Adam to have the nature of to be a secondary cause. So God caused everything, created everything. He caused it all. But Adam, he created to be special, to have a secondary cause. So everything after Adam is not everything that Adam did, like when he disobeyed God, that isn't God's doing. That's Adam's doing. That's the fall of man. Evil is not a creature. Evil isn't a creature. There's just God. And anything that is not God, anything that moves away from God and disobeys God, then that's when you're getting over to things that are bad and evil. You get what I'm saying? God is good. The nature of God is good. God created everything good. He created Adam in a special way because he loved Adam, right? It's like, well, I love you. I don't want to make you a robot. I want you to go ahead and have free will, meaning that the actions that you take, well, these are going to be, you're going to cause these things. There's not going to be my cause. You're going to cause these things. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So this is why there's bad things that happen in the world, because Adam and Eve chose to disobey God, and now we're in a fallen state.
So what about bad things that are caused by God? Brother?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
What about bad things that are caused by God?
God doesn't cause any bad things. God is a just God.
I mean, I could pull up a scripture if you think God is just.
God is a just God. You're going to pull up a scripture and you're going to interpret it incorrectly, man. You're just wrong.
Okay, so
you're just wrong.
I want you to interpret. I'm going to read it and I want you to interpret.
No. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to interpret anything for you. That's not my position to do for you. You're an atheist. Why would I interpret something to you that you don't believe in? Listen, for me, I can say this. It's very simple, because you're just not going to believe. It's not because you can't follow it, right? If you can understand, actually, let's do this. I'll interpret a scripture if you can repeat to me what I said.
Repeat
about God's creation. Still man my position, just from the creation.
Like repeat everything that you just said.
Just, you don't have to repeat it, but still man it. Like, what did I mean with what I said?
Okay, so you were saying how if everything is random, then we have no purpose.
No, not your position, my position.
What do you mean?
Creation. I just said that how God created everything.
So you said God created everything perfect, and then He gave us the free will. No, I didn't say that. And then we decided to. I didn't say that. Is that not what you meant?
No, I didn't say perfect. God didn't create anything perfect. I said God created everything good.
Okay, God created everything good, and then humans decided to do bad. Was what you were saying? Correct.
Humans decided to disobey God, right? So now, if you follow the logic, and you utilize that within Scripture, you'll be able to interpret Scripture properly yourself by utilizing that what is presupposed. So if it's the case, what is presupposed, that everything God created is good, God didn't cause bad. It's human beings that cause bad. Now, if you have a son or if you have kids, right? Here's an example. Because
I've never heard of that, actually.
Here's an example. If you have any children, I don't know if you have kids, you may be too young, but if you have children, you can understand this, because there's certain times that, you would discipline your kid where, you know, maybe it doesn't feel good, but you know that it's the right thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So that means that you're doing something that is just. You're disciplining your kid because they disobeyed you. So there can be scriptures that you can bring up, and it would seem that, oh, God is doing evil. Well, because that's you're interpreting it wrong. It's not God doing evil. Is that God is judging human beings on them negating God, them disobeying God. So there's going to be judgment. Like if you disobey your father, right? Your father's going to spank you.
Okay,
Did your father do anything evil? No, listen, if your father spanks you, is that evil? Or is your father disciplining you out of love? So you can correct your behavior.
So if your father kills you, is that evil after doing something bad?
There's not any murder that God ever did. Murder is a unjust killing. Killing is a just killing. Killing itself isn't immoral, because there can be many times where killing will be just. If someone breaks into your house, listen, if someone breaks into your house and trying to grape your wife, answer the question. If someone broke into your house and tried to grape your wife and you killed the guy and protected yourself, you defended your home, did you do something evil by killing that person?
No. But
so get it. Listen, you didn't. Listen, stop it. So therefore, killing itself in totality wouldn't be immoral, because there are ways where there are circumstances where you can kill somebody and it would be justified. It will be a just killing. Murder is unjustified. It's an unjust killing. Make sense?
Okay.
So there's a distinction. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Tell me if this is justified. All right, from there, Elisha, this is 2 Kings 2:23 and 24. It says, From there, Elisha went to Bethel, and he was walking along the road. Some boys came out of the town and jeered at him. Get out of here, Baldy, they said. Get out of here. He turned around, looked at them, and called down a curse on them in the name of the Lord. Then 2 bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. Is that justified?
Did those boys disobey God?
Right. I mean, no. They said, get out of here, Baldy, to Elisha. That's not disobeying. Even if they did disobey God.
No.
That completely.
No. Read the chapter. So you don't even know what you're doing. You have to read. What you're doing is you're just cherry picking. You have to read scriptures before to get context and read scriptures afterwards to get context. This is why I said you're not good at this, man. You're bad.
Okay,
Listen, you're bad. If you get the context, listen, I'll explain. I know this.
Justify everything.
I know the scripture. I can explain if you want an explanation. I can explain from the previous passages and the passages afterwards. And I would tell you that it wasn't God's doing of that. One, it wasn't God's doing, and also the killing that was happening. So listen to this. If you read a scripture, if you read a scripture in the Bible and it's giving you a story about someone dying, this does not mean that God is the one that permitted the death. That does not mean that. Also, within death itself, within death itself, death only comes upon humans is because of the fall of man, because of Adam and Eve. So we're in a fallen state, a sinful world. So if you understand the theology, you would understand that this is human beings' doings. Like I can be in circumstances. Listen real quick. I can be in a situation like put it like this. I'll give you an example. There were people that was born a slave. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Right. And currently, even right now, in Liberia and these other countries and things like that, slavery is still going on. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Now, is it God's doing of why that they were born into slavery? Like, did God do that or no?
No.
God didn't do it. So then it would be like their ancestors, their lineage, their past lineage was in some situation where they failed. They failed their people. So now the next generations are going to feel the consequences from the failings of the past generations.
Huh?
You got that correct? Do you understand that concept? No. Do you understand that concept though?
I understand what you're saying, but how does that mean that they failed though? The previous generations.
Do you really need me to explain that?
Yeah, how does that mean they failed though? Like if something, okay, so like technically they failed, but it's not fair though. Like I'm confused to why like you made that point.
Fair, but also they failed. They failed. Have you read Numbers?
Yeah, okay.
Have you read Numbers?
I see what you're saying. I'm a little bit familiar with Numbers.
You're not familiar with Numbers?
It talks about slavery, right?
It talks about what?
Does it talk about slavery and like your master?
No. All right, listen, man. The conversation isn't going to get anywhere because you don't understand the theology, so it's pointless with me going through things. Okay. Because the things that you presuppose about the scripture is incorrect. So listen, what I'm going to do. I got to get some more people up because you just can't follow. And in order to critique my position, you have to understand the position. Like, you see how easy it was for me to critique the atheist position? It was easy. And I don't need to understand a whole lot, right? It was super easy because their position is simple-minded. Oh, well, I believe that, everything is random and purposeless and, that's how just things are. I believe in, pre-selection and these things. Well, pre-selection supposes that everything is random. Yeah, and if everything is random, then if it's random, it has no purpose. If it's random, oh yeah, that would be true. If it has no purpose, then if it's just random and then it has no purpose, and if it's all random and it has no purpose, then it can't have any meaning. And then how can you have true knowledge of that? Is anything ever true? No. Oh, it's just relative. If it's all random and purposeless, it would be relative. So there's nothing true. Oh, so that's when you get yourself into that situation, right? So I was very easily, I can pick his position apart because I understood the foundation of his position. But I'm okay with people trying to critique the Christian position, but they don't even understand the foundation. Like, I'm trying to give him the foundation, and I'm like, all right, I gave you something. Now utilize what is presupposed within this, utilize that onto the other thing. And you would see that it's not God causing it, right? It's human beings that cause things. That causes the bad, that's human beings. That's not God. Then he talks about killing and like in death. Well, no, there's you can kill somebody and it can be a just killing, bro. He didn't understand that. Freaking tricks are for kids. Bruh. But it's open panel debate night. I'm having fun tonight. Who else we got back here, man? Let me see. Let's bring up somebody from TikTok. I see y'all. Don't go nowhere. Let's bring up somebody from YouTube real quick. What's going on, Vinny? You here to debate?
Yo, how you going, man? Yeah, debate.
What's going on, man? You here to debate?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Okay, what you want to debate about?
Just on I think I don't know if you remember yesterday we had a conversation.
Yesterday, I wasn't streaming yesterday, man.
Must have been 2 days ago, but I was talking to you just a couple of days ago about the atheist position and how I debated atheists about 2.5 days ago.
I don't even remember. But are you an atheist? What are you?
No, I'm Christian. But I'm saying is what.
So then, what do you want to debate about?
Well, you said the other day that my argument actually helped the atheists, and you also said that it was a bad argument. And you never really explained yourself. You sort of just said, yeah, it was bad, and then you sort of moved on to the next, which is fine. But I just wanted to sort of explore
I honestly don't remember okay. Because I debate so many people all the time. But here's what I'll say, man. What if you do you want to debate atheist?
No. My point is the cosmological argument that I used, right, is the atheist position is not only incoherent and invalid in terms of like biblical, but also in scientific. They also get the scientific part wrong, which is why I'm saying that my argument actually helps us rather than them and you said it was a bad argument. That's what I want to debate about.
Oh, okay. You wanted to debate about your position on, I mean, yeah, I don't really remember your position, man, but I'm trying to have like a real debate. Yeah, that's not going to be a debate. That's not going to be a debate, bro. I think, so I'll say it again. I think I remember a little bit about what you were speaking about. I think that this is my perspective. I think that the best argument for God is tag. The other arguments is cool. Like you could get there, you can catch them on some things. You can utilize some science as well to catch them on things and show how that their position is still incoherent and not logically consistent. But I truly think that the best argument is tag. If you learn that argument, I think that you'll.
Yeah, but here's the problem with tag. Tag is our ability to perceive the objective truth. That's what it is. However, objective truth exists regardless of our ability to perceive it. So if you take away logic, if you take away quality and quantity,
no. You're not no. That's not even how you're speaking right now. I think you're trolling. You're not truly a Christian. I don't think that you truly take a Christian perspective. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, because you're not willing to explore it at all. You're saying
no, it's not willing to explore it. What you just said right now was incoherent. You're not truly a Christian you're not a true Christian if you believe that if you don't believe in anything objective truth.
No, I'm saying objective truth exists regardless of our ability to perceive it or not. Just because we don't have.
Okay, so there are things that there is things that are objectively true.
Yes. Okay.
So from that, it doesn't matter our ability to perceive objective truth.
Yeah.
Our perception, it's known that our perceptions are limited, right? It's limited.
Yes.
We know that it's limited. So
yes,
this would not negate. No, listen, this doesn't negate or disprove or show some type of vulnerability within the tag argument, because that isn't the tag argument within its totality. The tag argument is simply this, man. It's simply the atheist position is incapable of grounding these transcendental categories. They have no coherent story from their position.
I agree.
From their position to ground the transcendental categories. From the Christian position, it's possible within our worldview that this can be grounded. Therefore, God exists, because it's impossible in any other worldview. If you can give me a worldview that is coherent and consistent and that can ground the transcendental categories, then please do. But no atheists, they can't do it within their worldview, and there's not another worldview that they can, ground these transcendental categories and be consistent and coherent.
Yeah, because if they're a strict material absolutist, then you are right. If they're a strict material absolutist, which means there's no logic, everything is just random. I'm saying that it's not, and we don't need tag to tell us that. You can use a cosmological argument of cause and effect, which proves God. No,
you even within the cause and effect argument, you can say that it proves God. The cause and effect argument is not grounding. I'm talking about grounding. It is not grounding the transcendental categories. That's not going to ground that. Grounding is
you can't just say, well, there's either tag or there's cosmological. It all goes together. So God created tag with the cosmological argument. So if God created the universe, we should be able to prove that he exists regardless of tag. Tag is our ability to perceive what God gave us, which is the objective truth.
No. Listen. You don't understand what I'm saying. I got to let you go, though, because you're not comprehending. I'm not saying that there aren't other arguments. I'm comprehending it, but what you're saying, I don't think is coherent. I don't think you're truly understanding me. What I'm saying, it is super simple, right? Look, super simple. There's other arguments that you can use to prove God. Great. Go ahead and use them and go ahead and debate those people. When you came up last time, if I do recall properly, you said that you was having trouble debating them with the type of arguments that you were using. I'm trying to give you advice to say, listen, bro, don't use that argument. Use this argument, okay? Just try it out, bro. Peace.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
I think he's trolling, bro. He has to be a troll. You have to be a troll, bro. All right, let's get some more people up here from TikTok. Get the likes up too, man. Like the video. Let's go. We got see, we got any chats in here? No, we got nothing. Okay, no chats. All right, let's continue on, man. Let's bring some more people up from TikTok. Let's go with this guy. Nope. Let's go with this guy. All right, anyone that wants to join the stream on TikTok, come on up. On YouTube, click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. Invite. No. Why do people want to co-host? I got to get used to TikTok. All right, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. What do you want to debate about? State your name and your age, too.
My name is A4. I'm 25. And I want to debate about, I think feminism is a lie.
Okay.
I think we agree on that one. I think we agree on that one.
Okay, so if we agree, if you think that feminism is a lie, then it wouldn't be a debate.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I had a feeling you agreed on that one, so yeah.
Yeah. Are you atheist?
Oh, hell no. Nah, I believe in Jesus Christ, brother.
All right, man. Shouts out to you. All right, let's get some more people up here then. Yeah, if you want to debate, click the link. Let's go. So then no debate. Yeah, he agrees. Yeah, no debate. I got to get used to TikTok, man. All right, we got, who's back here on YouTube? Marvin, turn on your camera. I'll bring you up. Also, still something, you just came up. Turn on your camera. All right, Marvin, you're up. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. What do you want to debate about?
All right. Do you see me? Because I don't even see myself. I'm just. Oh,
you gotta turn on your camera.
Yeah. I got your light. I got you. Okay. So, hey, it's absolutely amazing being up here, man. I think you're super intelligent. I watch a lot of your stuff. But when you say in reference to atheists, now I'm not sure what kind of atheist you think I'm gonna fall under or whatever. I really don't even care. But essentially, when you say that there is a God, I think that people just get it misconstrued. I don't think there's a God in the sense that it's a person, a full being that's judging and deciding and being, seeing, things happen before they do or don't, whatever that's called, omnipresent, or I think it's just a consciousness.
Okay, if it is just a consciousness, then God has no personal nature about himself?
See, that it's really unfortunate because as human beings, we always like to see ourselves in everything. I mean, it's even to the point where you'll have a commercial and it's cereal eating cereal, and that's supposed to be funny. And it's just, that whole thing. So we take ourselves, we make ourselves the everything in this center of the cosmos into which we think it is. You dig?
Yeah, you're doing the same thing by saying you don't think that God has any like personhood about him, like he's not personable, that is just a consciousness. Then what is consciousness?
Well, consciousness is the fact that you can put elements. If you put elements in certain situations, that's how you get stuff like water. That's how you get stuff like steel. It doesn't mean that it's not things that's transpiring. It just means that you can't see in they're a subatomic level. You're not going to
Okay, so does consciousness derive from the brain? Does consciousness derive from the physical?
Question. That's an excellent question. See, because then you would say that consciousness is an inanimate and a tangible expression. If that makes sense.
Does it derive from the brain? Can you find consciousness in a microscope?
Consciousness is everywhere. Everything that is made is of consciousness.
Can we, I know you're saying everything that is made is consciousness, but can it be empirically proven? Can you find it?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, essentially science does it. Anything that is made has a composition, right? That's where you find it on a periodic table.
A rock has conscious? A rock has consciousness?
A rock?
Yeah.
Yes. A rock isn't sentient, but it has conscious because it has it's made out of elements. These elements came together to make this rock in this type of
consciousness is just elements coming together, atoms creating cells and cells creating organisms and more material, and then that is consciousness.
100%.
So when does something become conscious then? Is it at a cellular level, or is it at a organ level? Because a rock isn't an organ. A rock is just at an atom cellular level.
It's more of the non-tangible. Well, I mean, it's an inanimate object, so it's not something that you would consider alive. But that's just like us humans. People think we're the center of the universe and everything, but just as you said, organisms, right? That's where we derive our organs from. We are multiple animals that makes up this human being.
Yeah, but your position is not following and being logical consistent. If it's the case, I'll demonstrate it. If it's the case that consciousness is simply mechanisms and atoms and molecules coming together and forming, and a rock has consciousness, and a human also has consciousness, right?
Correct.
What's the distinction? Why can't we understand a rock? And why can't a rock understand us? And does a rock has feelings?
Well, understanding this is that a rock, like I'm telling you, it's not a
what conscious. Okay, let's define this first, so we don't go off the rails. Define consciousness for me.
Okay, that's an excellent question.
Yeah, because that's what we'll get. We'll define that.
Consciousness would have to be a will that something works. I guess it would have to be knowledge. It would have to be.
Let me write this down. What you're saying? A will that something works.
Like it's an expression. Like you're able to see the expression.
Works.
So
it's an expression.
Expression that you're able to see due to logic, due to knowledge. Because essentially you look at this stuff as in science. Science is just the study of knowing, right? So if you know the composition of a rock, then you can say
that's epistemology. But okay, let's take it back, because your definition of consciousness, so far from what I gathered, it's a will that something works, and it has an expression. Why is your bro, consciousness is basically the state of being aware. and not only just being aware of one's own existence. Right?
I mean, but then if that's the case, you have to define what's the differentiational fact between that and being sentient. Because sentient is the ability to think to think how you want, correct?
Well, yeah, sentient would be. Well, actually, let me Google that. If we can get a good definition.
Because consciousness it doesn't mean you're aware of yourself.
No, it will mean that.
It just means I would have to do more research and reference, but I would think that it's a expression that can be quantified.
So sentient is just able to perceive or feel things. So that's sentient. So that would be a distinction. So we got consciousness. How you described consciousness, bro, it isn't the true meaning. It isn't like the traditional meaning of, that's just something you just made up. But consciousness is the state of being aware of one's own existence. So
that's just the definition of consciousness in general.
Yeah, it's being self-aware. So like you are you, right? You're being self-aware. I think, therefore I am, almost, right?
So would you say
you're
that
aware.
the sun is conscious?
No, that's what you believe in. I don't believe that.
Well, I don't think
so look. So that's the state of being aware of its own existence. If we're speaking about sentient is an extra layer, is the ability to perceive and feel things, right? It's you have a perception now, and you're able to feel things. You have emotions, you feel sensations, but also feelings as well, right? So that's two different things. A rock, we would say that, well, you would conclude that a rock is not sentient, right?
Correct.
Now, a rock having the ability to perceive that it's a rock, that would be conscious. You think that rocks have the ability to perceive? Rocks have the ability to be aware of themselves?
No.
Do rocks have that ability?
That just sounds crazy. What I'm trying to say,
I know that sounds crazy because words have definitions, and the definition that you gave was a will that something works. Like rocks, what are you talking about? Work? Rocks don't work. Rocks can't even move.
Well,
right?
No. I was keeping it in terms of the composition of a rock. You understand? Like a rock isn't just a rock. It's because it composes as one. You dig?
I don't understand
and it depends on
what you're saying.
Geo. But it definitely, I mean, in other words.
Okay. Go. I'll finish your statement, and then I'll ask you a question.
100%.
And TikTok, we oh, did my phone die? I think my phone died. We're not live on TikTok no more. My phone did die. Hold up. Don't go anywhere. Let me get my charger. We gotta go back on TikTok, bruh. Hold up. Don't go nowhere. You still up. I'm not gonna put you down.
Just leave it right now, huh? It's hard when this is my first time running it on somebody else. Well, no, I did. It was easier that way. But I wasn't talking. Audio's hard. Whoever's in there, I talked to them.
All right, man, we back. My bad, chat. Had to get my charger, man. My phone died. We was going live on TikTok. Get the likes up, though. Don't be a ninja watcher. All right, man. Give me 1 second, though. Let me just prop this. Okay, we're good. And go here real quick. And thanks for being patient with me, everybody. We do it live, so you know, got to troubleshoot some stuff while we doing it. Let's do this. All right. Here we go. All right. All right, man. So basically, you're muted right now, man. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So basically, you're an atheist, right? I have that correct?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, it's just more or less like, you know, we live in a world where everything is proven, and you can prove everything except God.
Yeah, no, we can't prove everything because if it's the case that everything is empirically proven, right? I can demonstrate that we cannot empirically prove things. So I can catch you in a contradiction, but we're not even going to go there because I did it with other atheist debaters, right? But from under that belief that, oh, we can prove everything, but we just can't prove God. So basically, I don't really know if there's a guy exists because we just haven't proven him yet. That's your argument.
And that's fair. But I mean, what is science?
Is that from what I just said, is that fair? That's what you believe? I believe that everything can be proven but God. So therefore, I'm not going to believe in God. I'm not going to believe in God until we can prove it.
Yes.
Okay, that's what you believe in.
Yes.
All right, well, that position in and of itself has many flaws. Because if you say that you can empirically prove something, then I need you to empirically prove the self. Prove that you are you right now. Empirically prove that. You wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to empirically prove that you are you because here's an example how you wouldn't. Because you would say that, well, I'm not just the physical, because if you are just the physical, this would mean that, well, you are a product of simply your environment. Your actions would be predictable, and not even just predictable. It's like we can come to a definite answer, a guarantee that this is how you would behave based off of the things that you've experienced, because your physical body observes things, takes on the information, what it observes, basically from your five senses, seeing, touching, hearing, tasting, it absorbs information. And then we can guarantee that your actions is going to be X or Z based off of that, because you're a physicalist, right? That's what that would be. That's a physicalist perspective. And if that's the case, you cannot prove the self. And I'll sum it up real quick. The reason why you can't prove the self from that standpoint, because, well, there's many things that you've experienced in the past that you chose not to do. Did you ever have any temptations? You ever attempted to do something?
100%.
And you would say that for some reason, like something is in you that is a driving force where you're able to negate what you feel.
Fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, even in reference to what you just said,
like your actions would supersede your feelings at points in time, right?
But then again, as an individual or self, you would say that there's certain characteristics that we express. You know, like your mom can tell who you are growing up as a kid amongst others because you did this or you did this. You know, I was a goofy kid, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, that'll be proving my point though.
But essentially, I'm saying though, you can prove who you are. It's just, or you can prove yourself by your either character traits or by your actions.
They can't. So I'll explain again in more, a simpler way. If it's the case that from your view, right, everything, your body just absorbs information. That's all it is. You're basically sense data. Your body takes in sense data, and based off the sense data, your body makes an action. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Your body takes sense data, and then it makes an action. Based off of that, we would be able to come up with a system to guarantee what action you're going to take.
No, that's, yeah, you can, do your probability and reference, give a scenario. I understand that. But what I'm saying is
you can do some induction. Like, okay. But listen to that. Even within that probability, well, that's utilizing induction, right?
It's not.
Okay. So what are you utilizing?
Well, I mean, like you just said, how does one defy themselves, right? How does one defy themselves? There's lots of ways. First of all, you have to look at other people and then
no, that's
do
not
the
what
differences.
I'll say. I'm trying to say it in a way where you can understand, but let me just go ahead and say it instead of trying to like censor what I'm saying. Listen, bro,
fair.
you can't find yourself in a microscope. There's something that's very unique to you. You can be born in the projects. Your brother was on drugs. Your father was on drugs. This brother was in a gang. And then somehow, some way, you was the child that wasn't a product of your environment. You didn't smoke, drink, cuss. You didn't do any of those degenerate behaviors, even though that's what your body was absorbing, even though that's everything that was trying to influence you and penetrate every action that you took. But for some weird way, your will superseded your external observations. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying as of now.
That right there cannot be found by just looking at the physical. That right there you can't find in a microscope. That it doesn't make any sense from a scientist's worldview how someone can make an action that negates the environment, the culture, and how they were brought up to be. Meaning that they would be able to come up with some system to guarantee someone's behavior. And my point is they haven't came up with that system. They're incapable of doing it is because human beings have free will. Listen, bro, okay, well, if you believe in free will, then I don't know how you believe in free will?
You have to, I mean, yeah, because you can do whatever you want. That's just free will, is being able to do what your brain can conceive of.
Okay, well, if you believe in free will, how do you believe in like science then? I think
how
do you not believe in God?
I think your definition of sentient kind of said that. If I'm using that correctly, I may have to look
sentient would be the ability to feel.
Okay, the ability to feel in the process, right? So
perceive.
Sentient mixed with
process,
conscious.
Perceive. That's fair.
Sentient mixed with conscious.
Perceive is more aware.
And more or less, I think the mechanism that does that is referred to as the soul. You know, that's how somebody can say, you're a kindred soul or something to reference, because it can't.
Just because you can feel, that doesn't follow. Yeah, that doesn't follow. Just because you can feel, and everybody on TikTok, I'm live debating someone on YouTube right now, so you can't hear the gentleman. But if you want to come up and debate, the prompts is right there. Go ahead and click the link. And when you come up, you can come up right on TikTok. When you join, when you request to join, then yes, everybody will be able to see you and hear you on TikTok. But I'm debating on another platform right now. So yeah, that still wouldn't follow. If you are sentient, just because you can feel something, this does not mean that you have free will.
What about the ability to be aware of
everything
yourself,
that,
like you said, in consciousness? So if you
even with
mix
that,
the two,
but these things you cannot find, like consciousness. You can't find this in a microscope. You can't. There's no DNA or molecule or cell that is conscious. Consciousness is there. We found it. This is what creates it, right? That's what I'm saying. So if you take the approach that you're an atheist or you really don't believe in God and you believe in like science and evolution and stuff, then you have to stay consistent.
I don't do the evolution. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, then you have to stay consistent on one of your beliefs. And when you do stay consistent, you'll fall into a contradiction. Because think about it. You just said in the beginning, I'll just use it on you. You said that you don't believe in anything that isn't provable. We can prove everything besides God. We can't prove the self. I just demonstrated to you with that listen, you're not just you're not
different. I understand your conclusion and reference, but I mean,
you're not just a product. Stop it. Listen, no, it didn't. The self if you can prove the self, this would mean that you are a product of your environment, because the human body only absorbs things. We got the internal influences, which our, physical body, testosterone, the chemicals and stuff. And then we have the external influences, which is the environment, the culture, what we watch on TV, how our family raised us. You get what I'm saying? These things, what I'm saying is all of those things do not make up who you are, because then you would have to describe to me a homosexual. You would have to describe to me how someone can choose to be gay when their entire biology and society is telling them to date women and procreate with women. Your biology is telling you to procreate with women. Well, I would say right now society is telling niggas to be gay, but gay people has always been around before TikTok and television has been around. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that the knowledge that you're kicking is more or less a nature versus nurture. It's not a self. It's not an identifying factor. You're not stating identifying factors. You're just stating like society versus, versus.
Yes.
It's not. It's not me. And granted, we are made up by those things. But us as individuals, how we interpret, how we perceive, and then what we do. You understand? That's what kind of makes it. I'm still like
Okay. I'll say it this way. You believe you are an empiricist. You believe that you only believe in things that can be proven. You don't believe in God because God cannot be proven. I'm speaking about the self.
That's not necessarily true. I'm not.
Listen. Let me finish. You already said this before, bro. You said yes.
No. Hold on. I'm adding. I'm saying that. See, this whole God thing is just the thing that I have a problem with, because in actuality, what would you quantify as the soul? The soul would technically be the individual person. That is of your own. You can have all the hardware you want on the outside, but your soul is truly who you are. No one can take.
So you believe in a soul?
Take your thought away.
You believe in a soul? Where did the soul derive from? You're like granting yourself these things like free will, the soul, but you have no theology or no epistemic belief to ground these things in. You have no knowledge to ground any of these things.
We know that the soul has to exist because.
How do you say we know? I don't know anything. If you don't believe in Christianity, then how do you know that?
Well, I mean, even within Christianity, you're stating Christianity, but do you know where the word even derived from? It's Christian.
No, listen. Listen. Stop it. Christianity has an entire paradigm. It's an entire worldview, which it would make sense that logic, reason, free will, the self is distinct from what you've observed in the environment is something unique. And you can't find the self.
I didn't know you were here,
the simple argument was this: if it's the case that everything is,
I've just been reading up on
material, and you can find the self, is evidence for the self. You should be able to find the self in a microscope or in something, but you can't find the self, who you truly are. Even within your own environment, you can be raised a certain way, but that's just not who you truly are. There's no empirical evidence for the self. The self you can't find. You get what I'm saying? The self is a transcendental category like logic and reason. Can you find logic and reason in a microscope?
No.
You can't find it. That's the same thing with the self. Can you find the self in the microscope? You can't find the self in that. So I'm simply saying, no, you can't find any of that. Listen, we're talking remnants of.
You can't
I'm
find
talking.
DNA.
No. I'm peeling the layer back.
No,
I'm not speaking about. I'm not speaking about the material. I'm speaking about the immaterial. The self, logic, reason, math, theory, language, induction, deduction. All of these metaphysical categories, these transcend the physical. You cannot find them empirically in.
My bad. Well, I'll catch you tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think you meant like tags on the video.
Find these things. For an example, like I've been trying to tell you, you are not a product of your environment.
Right
if
now, I'm pretty trash at this.
Your behaviors would be guaranteed.
But I'm trying to figure everything out, and once I get it set in stone,
based off how you was raised, what you watch, what you listen to.
Oh yeah, I'm slowly but surely I'll get it. Yeah, listen to Reezuhn, like move with Reezuhn, chess, blah blah. Yeah, I have like a little notes page thing open that I copy and paste when I'm thinking about it.
Okay,
but yeah, I won't keep you any longer, my man.
And that's a guarantee.
I do appreciate the inquiries, though.
Science cannot demonstrate that, therefore science can't prove the self. They can't find it with any experiment. They can't find it with any within any microscope. You are unique, my brother. You are a unique person. There's no one like you. There will be no one like you.
Look forward to a clip of me gassing this guy.
In the image of God.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna look forward to this. I'm gonna try to gas him into debate.
Not because of science. Science does not give you free will. Just because you are conscient and sentient, well, you would still have to find that in a microscope under your worldview. You can't take from multiple worldviews and try to make your own, because then it wouldn't be consistent.
Well, I mean, we live in a very chaotic state of matter. You know what I mean? What is consistent? Nothing's consistent here in the physical realm.
That is a lie. There are things, and my bad, on TikTok right now. If anyone wants to join, click the link. We debating right now. I'm debating on YouTube. If you want to go on YouTube and watch, there's No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube. But if you want to join the stream right on TikTok, you can go ahead and join the stream. What was your question?
I said that nothing is forever in the physical. That's a fact. I mean, because even based on it, I mean, you do have degradation of atoms and cells.
Yeah, but look at this. This is true. That nothing, that is true. We are finite beings. But would 1 + 1 always equal 2?
Always.
Okay, so if 1 + 1 always equals 2, it needs to be grounded somewhere. It can't be grounded in the physical, because human beings, we're finite. We will change. We change and we die. So the concept of 1 + 1 equaling 2 cannot be grounded in the mind, because the mind is finite. The mind changes, but 1 + 1 equaling 2 does not change. So this has to be grounded in an unchanging, eternal, divine, omniscient, omnipotent being.
I mean, it's like discussing the fact that we die, right? You had said something in reference to that with the whole Adam, we're born, we die. Why can't that just be a natural thing? Why does it have to be some type of religious abnormality that humans die?
Yeah, you're asking questions that
I referenced that because you said that with
from
the
what you but your question presupposes things that I disagree with. So my answer to that, my response to that question would be that it's an incoherent question from my worldview. The question itself doesn't make sense. It's incoherent from my worldview.
No. I'm stating this because, like, in religion.
No, but I'm letting you know it's incoherent. You want me to explain how it's incoherent?
Please.
Okay. The question itself, again, state it one more time, just so I have it right.
Okay, like the whole thing about us dying and that not being a normal thing.
Okay.
Why is it not normal?
Why is it not normal that we die? Why is it not normal that we die? Your question presupposes that dying. Your question, you said, why is it not normal? Your question would,
according to religion, we're apparently supposed to live forever or something in reference, or no, maybe die, go to heaven, depending on which one. I don't know. I was raised up as a Jehovah's Witness, where you would be, on earth, forever in paradise and without dying. And so,
Okay,
I mean, it just
your
really
your
depends.
your
And that's a form
question
of Christianity.
your question presupposes that it would be normal if we die.
Correct.
Got it. And by normal, you mean what?
Something that's supposed to occur.
Something that is supposed to occur. And why should it occur?
Because these bodies, our organs in our bodies have time limits. Like nothing is forever.
And why do they have time limits?
Because we're in the physical. Are you getting to a specific thing? Is that?
And it has time limits because we're in the physical. And just because we're in the physical, that's why it has a time limit? Why is the time so limited? Why is it, the normal lifespan is what, 70 years? Why is it not 700 years?
Well, I mean, either way, you're still gonna die. Referencing time references, how you eat, whatever. But essentially, no atom or no composition of atoms can stay together forever. You agree to that?
Okay, no composition of atoms can stay together forever. No, here's all things that you are assuming, and I'm asking you questions and how it doesn't follow under your worldview because you don't presuppose certain things that I presuppose. What you presuppose is illogical, so it wouldn't make sense, right? So the reason why we die, right, is because man chose to disobey God. That's why we die. Man would not have experienced death if man did not disobey God. So this would start with the first man, Adam, him choosing to be disobedient and follow the woman and eat of that apple, eat of that forbidden fruit. This is why man is in a fallen state currently today. That's the reason. So what I'm saying is that's the reason for death. Once he ate from the fruit, it's very simple. You will die. Prior to him eating from the fruit, God already said, you will die. Nigga, you eat this, you will die. What does this mean? If you don't eat from the fruit, what?
Then you won't die.
Then you won't die.
If you didn't, according to that.
So my theology, the Christian theology, it gives a reason for death and for life. Under your worldview, whichever you're going to try to, grapple onto, science. Well, science says that a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. So you don't truly believe in science, bro.
I mean, hold on. And when you say science, don't say all sciences, because sci means to know, and it's of a study. So you have science in numbers. You have science. It's not everything has a science to it, and that's not something that I agree with. That science flawed.
Okay. Gotcha. So here's what we're going to do. Super, super simple, man. Currently right now, you have nothing to ground your beliefs because you don't really know what to believe in. You don't really believe in anything. So, you're asking me questions and I'll just get to the point. What you presuppose within your question, why is it normal? Why is it not normal to die? Presupposes that it's normal to live, and from my worldview, it would have been normal to live. It would have been the only thing to live if men didn't disobey God. But currently, right now, we're in a fallen state, so this is why we see death and things die. And also, just because other things die, like Adam, like you see plants and trees and things die, we're not plants and trees, right? We were created in God's image to be much different than a plant, a tree, and a rock. Also, under your belief that, well, there's really no distinction between the consciousness of a rock and the consciousness of a man, that was just dumb.
No, you killed me on that. I will digress.
Okay.
Nah, I'm not doing that. When I read that definition, bro, I'm like, yep, my premise is blown. It's over.
You said it's blown.
It was
okay.
Easy on me. You would have killed other people.
Yeah.
You was easy. Respect,
see, listen,
respect.
I could, it's respect. You know what, Marvin, I will say this to you. I respect you. I don't care if we don't share the same belief, but what I do respect is an honorable man. An honorable man is one that when he knows when he's wrong, he can concede a position and he can move on. And that's what you just did right now. You were the first debater that I had that did that. Now, I cooked all of the other atheists too, but they just couldn't concede on the points that I cooked them on. You know what I'm saying? And you were able to acknowledge that and concede. So I respect that. But listen, man, I'm going to go ahead and move on and we can have this conversation another time, okay?
Let me just say one thing, bro. Yes, we can definitely build. Just because our beliefs or whatever is different doesn't mean that we can't build, man. Mad respect, mad love to your pound on your channel. Much love.
Appreciate you, man. Have a blessed one. We got to give it to him. Even though Marvin, you know, was saying some crazy stuff, right? Even though he was wilding, we got to give it to him that, you know, he was an honorable man, right? I'm up here. I take L's all the time. I'm wrong all the time. I'm not right on every topic and every argument, but I'm able to concede some ground and say, okay, but today I just wasn't wrong on things. Today wasn't the day for me to be wrong, right? Today wasn't that day. All right, let's get the likes up. See if you got any super chats that came in. Support the channel, man. Support the channel. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. I missed any super chats. Let me see. I don't think I did. I could have. Let me check real quick. We're live on TikTok right now. Anyone that wants to debate, click the link. Request to come up. Atheists are dumb. Feminism is a lie. And blacks are effeminate. And when we say effeminate, you guys got to look up the definition before you join. We're talking about males, black men. Not all black men, but the ones that are effeminate, they're a plague. King Dancer invites you to co-host. Why do people do this? What is this? Can someone on TikTok explain why people keep coming up and they want to co-host? They want me to co-host things? Explain that. What is that? If I accept that, like, what happens? Like, are they live and then, like, the lives are joined? I'm not doing that. Someone on TikTok, explain these TikTok features to me. Because I don't know. All right, get the likes up, man. We only got, how many likes we got, man? We got 135 likes. What, 200 people in here. More people on Facebook. More people on TikTok. Get the likes up. See if I missed any chats. I don't think I did. Yeah, cheap right now, man. Okay, I did miss some chats. We got Dane Snyder says, Cooley looks more like Urkel on TT. Okay. We got Giovanni Garcia. Look, the chat cooks me too, bro. Says in $2 says, he's trying to communicate. Okay. We got the Fallen One says in $2 says, this happens every time I go into a 7-Eleven. Okay, that was earlier. Okay, all of these was from earlier. Yeah, the thing is, man, the people on YouTube, I'll allow you guys to come up and debate some of these TikTokers too, but I'm trying to think how we can do that. Well, no, you can still come up to debate them. You just won't be. No, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. So, to the members, if you guys want to come up and debate some of these TikTokers when I bring them on, you can, because I'm sharing the screen and then you can hear them. So I could bring you up and we can all engage. It's just that on TikTok, no, because on TikTok they won't be able to hear you. Yeah, that's the thing. All right, never mind. You'll be able to hear them. They won't be able to hear you. I got to get that connection done. All right, listen, man, we've been going live for what? almost 4 hours right now. Let me see. Yeah, we've been going live for 4 hours. We got some more people backstage I'm going to bring up. Moses, turn on your camera. Or Moose, turn on your camera. Or turn on the light. We got, the next stream is going to be Saturday, man. We got a full panel dating show. So everybody on TikTok, full panel dating show. That's going to be this Saturday at around 8 p.m. Going live at around 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So stay tuned for that. We got some 1v1 debates next week. I'll be debating some feminists and some atheists, so that's going to be dope. And we got some special guests coming on the show. And yeah, man, got a lot more stuff coming. Shouts out to Vincent sending in 5. He says, sorry, man, but you got to go back and listen to yourself. You think you've proven your point. You haven't. And every guest is telling you that. You must have been Vincent. Come up, bro. You're an atheist. I think I seen you debating. Who are you debating? In the comments, were you debating Dane Snyder? Yeah, you were debating Dane in the comments. So just click the link and tell me where I'm wrong. I'll give you the floor to talk uninterrupted. Vincent, if you want to come up, you get the floor to talk uninterrupted, and I'll give you 2 minutes to come up uninterrupted. Let me know where I went wrong, and then we can do the debate. But I guarantee you won't come up because you don't really believe what you just wrote. I guarantee you that you will not come up because you don't truly believe the things that you just said. Or you know that you just can't prove where I went wrong at. Most of the time when I'm debating these people, I'm just doing internal critiques. Like, are they critiquing the Christian perspective? No, they don't even understand the Christian perspective. They're dumb. Freaking idiots. Oh, God does evil. Where? God did something bad. Where? Oh, you interpret the scriptures wrong. Read the passage before and the passage after. But also, you got to take in totality all of the paradigm. God doing evil would be going against his own ontology, against his own self. That's not logical. God is logical. He wouldn't go against, that would be a contradiction. God would be in logical contradiction. And if logic is grounded in God, God wouldn't be illogical. So you have to fully demonstrate how God can contradict himself. Not only that, from the atheist position, I need you to first demonstrate how you can speak sentences and also demonstrate how you can understand what I'm saying. Like, before you go to like try to interpret scriptures, I need you to explain how you have the ability of interpretation, period. How can you interpret things from your atheist position? If everything is random with no purpose. Wait, everything is random with no purpose, but you can interpret things? There's no purpose, so how can you interpret? What's the purpose of interpreting? Like, if interpreting something would mean that there's seeking of objective truth or some type of fact, but there is no facts or objective truth under a belief that everything is relative and random in motion and purposeless. You get it? So these are things that the worldview, the atheist worldview, they just like steal from the Christian worldview. Like manipulation happens when you focus on the effects instead of getting to the root. All of the atheists I debated today, they just like grant themselves all of these things. They grant themselves the ability to interpret information without justifying how they can interpret information. They grant themselves logic. Okay, I see you're speaking to me and using sentences. Great. But under your worldview, you actually don't have the ability to speak sentences. And if you do, justify how you can. That's what I'm about to start doing next. Oh, you're speaking to me right now, atheist. Explain to me under your worldview how you can speak sentences. Instead of granting all of these things for them, I'm being kind. I'm being generous. Maria, I'm not accepting your co-host. What is this? All right, who wants to debate? Let's bring up this person. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. What do you want to debate about? Okay, never mind. He left. Let me stop sharing that. Let me go here. What's up, Gerard? What you want to debate about, man? You live. What's up? I can't hear you. You're muted.
All right. What we was doing? Where we was at? Goddamn. All right, let's go. You say women was here first?
Oh man, you still want to? You still believe that? I don't think that woman was here first. That's what you believe?
Yeah, I said women was here first, and then I'm with you know, you can say agnostic. You know, open about what you call it, about God. I could debate you with logic, but I'm just gonna go with what you know and just hit you with the religious
All right.
stuff.
Cool. So, got it. You believe that you believe in God, right?
No.
Okay, you don't believe in God. What do you believe in?
I believe in
how do we exist?
Mathematical universe, basically.
You believe in math? You just said that you believe in mathematical universe.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that something created us, or we just mathematically appeared here?
No, basically like impersonal order, like basically like everything in patterns. So
I don't know what you mean.
Impersonal order. So basically, everything's ordered, but not from a creator.
Everything is ordered, but not from a creator. And
yeah,
how did everything come into order?
Man, you caught me off guard. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I'm high. I ain't think you was gonna get me right now, man.
Listen, man, you out of here. That was the fastest debate. Booyah, peace. Hey, listen, TikTok. Come on over to YouTube, man. I'm live on No Fugazi Podcast on YouTube, and that's why you can't hear or see who I'm debating, because I'm debating on my phone, but also I'm live streaming on YouTube. All right, let's bring up another TikTok debater. Let's see what we got. All right, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. What do you want to debate about? I can't hear you, man. You got to unmute yourself. Can't hear you. Wait, hold up. Hold up. Let me see if my thing is connected properly. Hold up. Wait. Bluetooth. Okay. I got you. I'll be able to hear you in a second. All right, there we go. All right, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I ain't want to debate with you, bro. I just want to give you your flowers, bro. I appreciate what you do, bro. And I just want you to keep inspiring us, keep doing what you do.
I appreciate the kind words, man. Have a blessed one,
Yeah,
brother.
I ain't.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you too, bro. No problem.
Yeah, where I go?
All right, so come on, man. It's debate night. Open panel debate. Let's go. Let's go. We are live. You see the prompt, everybody, on TikTok. Let me move back a little bit. Atheists are dumb. Feminism is a lie. Blacks are effeminate. If you want, I can go ahead and give my positions on all three. If you guys need them, come on up. And I'll give my position on all three. When it says blacks, for the emotional blacks, right? Because there's always emotional blacks, the ones that have a problem with number 3, I'm speaking about you. If you have a problem with number 3, that means that you are the emotional black, is who I'm speaking about, because you're taking it one. Does it say all? It doesn't say all. Am I speaking about women? No, it says effeminate. Can women be effeminate? No, that would be a male. It's men taking on the characteristic traits of women. So men behaving and acting like women. Men that are emotional and getting mad over prompt 3 proves prompt 3. Feminism is a lie. Super simple. Feminism posits egalitarianism and that men and women should have the same equal rights. Well, women will never be able to enforce men's rights. They always have to appeal to men to enforce their rights. Therefore, we can never get to the state of equalness within what feminism posits. Right? Are women in selective service? No. They don't go to the draft. They don't sign up for the draft. Right? Men and women aren't equal. That's just the fact. It's a lie. So feminism is a lie. Atheists are dumb. Well, a lot of these atheists, they believe in nothing, or they believe in evolution, that we've came from nothing. All right? That's dumb. That's a dumb belief. If you are an atheist, I challenge you to come up and debate. If you are a feminist, I challenge you to come up and debate. If you are an emotional black male, I challenge you to come up and debate. The people that's tuning in right now on TikTok, this will be new for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys just watch the clips. Like, oh, Cooley from the clips, no Fugazi, oh, this is cool. But I do debates. I've been doing debates. We do debates live on YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to debate, go ahead and click the link. If you want to debate, go ahead and, on YouTube, if you want to debate, click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. If you're live on TikTok, click the link to join the stream. Request to join. And this is my 3rd time going live on TikTok. At one point, we had a lot of people viewing live, like over 200 people viewing live on TikTok. I was like, dang, TikTok popping. But then I had to end that live. So then we got up to like 150 people. I had to end that one. But I think the more we continue to go live on TikTok, we'll get more people up. We'll get it popping, man. And I'll bring up multiple people on TikTok and we can all debate, just like I do on YouTube. So we'll do that too, because I'm streaming on YouTube too. Everybody on TikTok, when you come up, everybody on my YouTube channel, they'll be able to see you and hear you. But that is not true in reverse. So the people that I bring up on YouTube, you will not be able to see or hear them. So if you It seems like I'm speaking to someone. I am through the headphones on YouTube. You just can't see or hear them. All right, let's bring up this person. All right, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Let me get your name, your age, what prompt you want to debate about.
DB Good Green.
All right, what do you want to debate?
I'm 39 years old. Black men are effeminate. It ain't necessarily got to be a debate, but like, what you mean by that?
Yeah, I explain. So you will probably
I just came in here. So
okay. So what I mean by that is very simple. Effeminate just means that men that take on characteristic traits and behaviors of women. So not black men overall are effeminate, but there are many black men that are effeminate, and the black men that are effeminate, this is why, they are the ones to blame for the degradation of our culture and us as a people.
So
because they act and behave like women, they're emotional like women. They also, pedestalize women and very, simpish behaviors and things of that sort. They're male feminists. They believe that men and women are equal. These are all, effeminate characteristic traits to believe in such nonsense.
So obviously a man being effeminate is a bad thing, so you don't think that like we men and women, we both made up of masculine and feminine traits, like we masculine and feminine energy, we both made up of those two.
I don't know what you're talking about. Explain a man that's feminine.
Okay, so like, if you was raised by your mother probably taught you some things, or you probably do things like your mother, say things like your mother.
Is the man made of that? I'll give you an example. And this example will answer your question, right? So have you ever, it's an example, but it's posing a question to you. I think it'll demonstrate it perfectly. Have you ever been tempted to do something, influenced to do something, and every way you look, it was influence here to do this, influence here to do that, but you chose to do something differently?
Yes.
Okay. So which means that this demonstrates that your environment and the things that you experience and even the things that try to influence you is not who you are. Make sense? So you're not just a product of your environment and your experiences. Now, you could be, like, you could be a statistic. You could be that. Like, you could just be feeble-minded and very susceptible to outside influences, and you can succumb to the external influences. Yes, you can make that choice. And that can be who you are. But we have free will, so that's not who you are. I think most people don't truly know who they are. So remember, we were speaking about masculine and feminine, right?
Right.
It's not in a man's nature to be feminine. And one, we have to make a distinction of what is masculine and what is feminine. So we have to make distinctions between them, right? So
how can we, why do we have to make distinctions if they are natural to who we are?
Is there a distinction between a man and a woman?
Absolutely.
And from a physical standpoint, there's a distinction, right? From a neurological standpoint, there's a distinction, right? This would be yes. Men and women do not have this. Our brains do not operate the same.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So there's distinctions from a physical aspect, the neurological aspect, an emotional, regulatory aspect as well between men and women, which means that we are not the same, right? This would make a distinction between the masculine and the feminine. So in regards to masculinity, I can go ahead and tie it to virtues like Andrew Wilson does. But in this sense, I would just tie it to the ontology of the being. If we're speaking about, well, the natural propensities that is distinct from men and women. If we can observe these things. If you look at little boys, when little boys get together, they play in a purposeful manner to where there's games that they play that is distinct winners and losers within the things that they play. They'll play things like tag, things like tag and things, all of these different games that there's a winner and a loser. Women, girls, when they get together at a very young age, when they play things, there's no distinct winner or loser. They play things like hopscotch and house. There's no winner in hopscotch or house. There's no winner in that, winner or loser. But in the game of tag, there is a clear winner or loser. So little boys, their ontology is to create hierarchy and also to respect. They have more of a proclivity to respect a hierarchy because they are the ones that's creating hierarchies. That's what they're always moving towards. A loser at the lower end of the hierarchy, the winner at the top of the hierarchy. The bottom, higher of the hierarchy. The loser, the bottom of the hierarchy, the winner, the top of the hierarchy. So that's what boys tend to do. We can see that within how they play. Girls, well, there's no hierarchy. They kind of do everything by committee. It's because girls, from a general perspective, they're always tiptoeing around one another because, I don't want to make someone feel bad. So therefore, there's no winner or loser within this game. It's just, let's just play just to play. And when we observe this in girls and boys, we can observe this within the things that they do when they're men and women. Men are more interested in things. This is why they go into fields like science, technology, engineering, and math. Women are more interested in people. This is why they go into fields like nursing, secretary work, things that tend to deal with people, caregiver work and things like that. Now, that's what that is, right? That's like natural, meaning that we don't have to influence or create a society like that. That's what's going to naturally happen, right? Because of the distinct differences of male and female. Men are physically stronger than the woman, so therefore the woman has to rely on the man for protection and provisioning, right? Men cannot leave a legacy without the woman, therefore men rely on women to procreate with. Right?
Oh, I'm stupid.
That's just that. It's a yin and a yang. We're better together than we are apart. But these do create distinct differences as far as what is masculine and what is feminine. Like if the woman is being the protector and the provider, she would be more in her masculine. The man would be more in his feminine.
All right, damn.
That wouldn't be the true nature of things and how things were created. That would be maybe he's on disability, he's disabled, or maybe
what you just said right there proves my point, though. What you just said right there proves my point.
What proves your point? Go ahead.
So at the beginning, I said that we, as men, even as men, we naturally are made up with masculine and feminine.
No, I didn't say. Where did I put feminine in there?
That's no. That's what I said at the beginning. And
where is the feminine? I need you to demonstrate that.
So the feminine is what you the example that you just gave. You said
what?
You said that when women are in their masculine, basically it forces men to be.
No, I didn't say that. I was using. I made an example. I said that if it's the case where we can observe a woman, what I'm saying is we know that a woman is being masculine. We know this when she is taking on characteristic traits that reduces down to a male characteristic trait, like protecting and providing. Because from a biological standpoint, women rely on men for protection and provisioning. If it reverses, we know that she took on more of the masculine and he's more in his feminine.
Right, exactly. So if that so he can't be in his feminine if feminine ain't in him.
No,
and it's like I said. So it's like I said in the beginning. Don't.
No, you're talking about your argument was that's how he was made. Is it in a man's nature to be feminine?
Is it in the
no?
Not predominantly. No. As you just like
it wouldn't be.
The example that you just gave.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. It would be. He would be nurtured to be feminine. Nurtured meaning based off his.
So you're saying
nurtured.
So
listen, man. Just listen. It's nurtured based off of what he's susceptible, what influences he's susceptible to. So external influences.
That the femininity that he could potentially tap into is
he's not tapping into anything within himself that's feminine. he's looking he's grabbing things that's externally that's feminine. There's not nothing in him.
Didn't you just say we big on words? You said in his feminine. That means something in him. That means the feminine in him. That's what you just said.
Did it derive from him?
Yes. If it's in him, you just said in him. Yes, it derives it from him.
Okay. So if you're not following, bro. You're not understanding right now.
Maybe just
so do you understand the distinction of nature and nurture?
I do, yeah.
Okay. So with what I just said, how did you take from it that the feminine is within him?
Because you just said.
I'm saying that it was nurtured.
How is it nurtured?
If a man is acting. Okay, you don't understand, bro.
So listen,
you're conflating.
Listen what you just said.
No, listen, bro. You're just conflating the position.
Listen, you said if a man is acting feminine, then it was nurtured. Yeah. How can he be? How can you nurture something that you that's already in you? He's already acting feminine because it's in him. How can you say it's nurtured?
Okay, so is let's say killing someone, like murder, could that be nurtured, or is that just like in someone? Like is people born murderers?
Hey, TikTok can get on you. You gotta use words like unalive.
Unalive. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, I forgot I'm on TikTok. YouTube. I could use that word. So unalive, right? Unaliving people is unaliving people within the nature of a man.
Yes.
So unaliving people would be in the nature of a man. So he's like born that way.
Yes. Are you Christian? Are you Christian?
All right. So unaliving people.
Hey, wait. Are you?
So someone can be born unaliver.
Listen, are you Christian?
Yeah, bro. You don't understand Christianity. Just listen. Answer the question real quick to make it concise. Can someone be born an unaliver? Yes or no? Just give me a yes or no.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think that there's more. I think that's a.
Oh, now you can't answer the question. I thought you had an answer.
No, well, I mean, you can't be born anything but a human being.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can't be born anything but what you are born to be, which is a male or female, right?
Yes.
Okay. Everything other than that would be nurtured?
Well, that doesn't mean that
yes or no?
You still want.
Yes or no?
No. That doesn't mean
wait. If it's not, then you can be born unaliver. Then you can be born. Can you be born gay?
Okay, so then that means you can be born. So then you can be born with masculine traits already. If you're born a male, you can already be born with masculine traits already, is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is this. You can be, when you are born a male, your biology is the main influence. So you have internal influences, you have external influences, right? So I'm saying that what is internal within a man is masculine. That's internal. It's internal for the man to have these natural propensities towards masculinity. This is not anything that has to be nurtured into him. If anything, it would just be nurtured out of him and he would be more feminine. That's what I'm saying. So everything within the male, he's born to have these masculine proclivities, not feminine proclivities. By the bone structure, by the testosterone, by the entire biology to procreate, right? We are born to procreate. We're born with reproduction, organs, right? Oh, well, the man wants to be dominated? Well, you telling me that, somewhere within the biology of a boy, he would want to be penetrated?
Oh, man.
Nigga, no.
That's wild.
What you talking about? No, he's not born that way. He's born to have a tendency towards masculinity, not a tendency towards femininity. I'm not saying that the boy is born masculine. I'm saying that he's going to be born to have tendencies towards masculinity rather than femininity. That's what I'm saying, and that is true.
But so how do we determine though? So like when you born, we can only determine male and female, right?
Based off the biology, man.
Based off biology, we can't determine yet. We can't yet determine masculine and feminine behavior.
No. What you talking about? I'm talking about you can't make a determination off of, this baby is going, when he grows up, he's going to be a masculine man. You can't make that determination because you already know that, well, this baby could grow up and be influenced by XYZ, and he can grow up to be a wimp and be feminine and very effeminate. We know that. What I'm saying is this: the baby is born with a natural propensity towards masculinity prior to any external influences that can penetrate his mental being to be of feminine.
But you can't determine a baby's behavior
by the biology, by the biology, based off of the reproductive organs and everything else. Does a little is a boy created, like the boy created to be penetrated? Does he have the organs and to be well, we're all born to reproduce. Is the boy male born to be penetrated? No, he's not born that way. Is the woman born to be penetrated? Answer that though.
Stop asking me that shit. No.
Okay, so wait, the woman isn't born with reproductive organs that in order to reproduce, it would need to be she would need to be penetrated?
Oh, well, yes, the woman is. Yes.
Okay, so then that means that the woman is born with reproductive organs in a certain way for a purpose to be submissive, based off of the reproductive organs itself.
All right, so look,
based off of the reproductive organs that the man has, it will born in a way where it will be dominant.
Okay, so look,
if we are listen, the masculine and feminine, the way we make distinctions between them is by comparing the two, is by showing clear distinctions between the two.
Okay, so look, I'm saying, let's go back to my original question then.
Okay, you want to go back, you want to move around because you lost this argument. Okay, sure.
Well, so the thing about it, big dog, I'm not arguing with you. I'm really trying to.
It's okay. It's a debate. We can argue, but go ahead.
You feel me? But I'm saying I'm not like trying to like bicker with you. I'm trying to expand my understanding of things.
Well, what I said, did that make sense?
It did, but it doesn't. I don't think it answers my original question, because I do appreciate your insight on my original question. If we were made by men and women, wouldn't it be logical for men to have a feminine, some femininity about them? Whether now it's a difference between, are they dominated by those feminine traits or not?
What you're doing is you're having a hard time understanding, because manipulation happens when you focus on the effects instead of going to the root, the cause of things. And sometimes you can manipulate yourself, which what you're doing now, or if you're speaking the nonsense, you can manipulate others.
I think the thing is, you expecting me. You don't understand that I'm here to expand on my understanding.
I understand. I'm helping you out. So try to go to you, because you moved away from the root. Every time I'm speaking, I'm going to the root. I'm going to like the cause of something.
From my understanding, so I had to take it back to the original. That's it.
Yeah, but even the original point that you made, you still didn't go to the root. If you understood, you should have went all the way to the root of it, which is the biological distinctions between men and women. There are clear biological distinctions. I'm not saying that a baby is born masculine. That isn't my argument. So if you still, but it seems that you're still thinking that. My argument is very simple. That a baby, like a boy, XY chromosome. Well, no, it's born and created with a ontology towards masculinity, to have a tendency towards masculinity, not towards femininity. Okay. This would have to be something that's nurtured in.
So look, also off of that, I'm wondering, okay, so if we are agreeing that a baby is not born with an indefinite personality, but they are born with but males are born with the tendency to to gravitate towards masculine things,
Yeah.
right? But they're not born with an indefinite personality. So everything that they learn is nurtured, like you said. If you're nurtured by your mother and father,
No,
right?
no. Well, what you just presupposed, I disagree with. Not everything is nurtured. I don't agree with that. Because that doesn't actually follow. That doesn't logically follow. You're missing things.
But I'm saying I'm just saying being raised by your mother and father.
But you're missing
right?
You're missing things real quick. Because if I let you finish, you're gonna come to a conclusion that's gonna not make any sense. So then we're gonna argue that. Let's just get back. Let's get to the point that I disagree with what you presuppose. Your presupposition was this.
I'm asking you the question. You ain't even let me ask you the question.
I know. I'm just letting you know. Listen, man. Listen.
What I was gonna say. Go ahead and continue.
Okay. So here's how we're having a discussion. When you're speaking, you you presuppose certain things into what you're saying that I disagree with. If I continue to let you speak, you're going to come to a conclusion or ask a question that's going to be nonsensical. So I was just trying to catch it before it happened.
In my whole explanation that I just broke down, what did I miss?
Can I tell you? Gotta listen. What you presupposed, you said that everything, this is what you said, everything is just nurtured then. From when after the baby is born, everything is nurtured. That's not true. Like I said, there's nurture and there's nature. There's the biology, right? So we are always wrestling with the biology, the proclivities, these tendencies that our biology tells us, right? You wake up, if you got enough testosterone, you wake up with a Woody every morning, right? That's your biology. Nigga wake up horny, like, yeah, I'm ready for action, blood flowing, right? That's nature. Then you can have nurture, the things that you're observing, the things that you've been influenced by, your culture, your environment. You're always, and every human being is always juggling the two. So for an example, we know that we should not always adhere to nature, because nature would tell us when we're horny, oh, well, let me just act on my horniness. So let me go ahead and grape this woman. That's what nurture would tell you. Oh, let me go ahead and grape this woman because I'm horny. No.
Nurture would never tell me to do something like that.
Let me finish. Let me finish. From my worldview, we were born in the image of God. So we're born knowing some right from wrong, right? We're right. I wouldn't want someone to notice that from me or do this to me. So let me not do that to them. But that can also be nurtured as well from your culture, from your environment, from tradition. Also, you have your internal, it's all influence. That's all I'm saying. You got influences which you're always carrying with you throughout your life.
Exactly. And so you all
And this is why because nature about ourselves, which be amoral sometimes, but we shouldn't always follow our nature. Yeah. Our morality should supersede our nature in many cases, and not in many, probably in all of them.
Were you raised? raised by your parents, both parents?
Yes.
Okay.
Not throughout the entire time. I was raised with my mother and father, but then a large portion with just my mother, my grandfather, and my uncles, and my 3 brothers.
Okay, so do you carry the lessons and principles that your mother taught you? Don't you carry them out in your adulthood, in your manhood?
Yep.
Okay.
I carry the lessons out that my mother taught me, and the principles that my mother taught me, that her father taught her.
Okay, it don't matter who taught her. Your mother now is the vessel of those lessons who taught you. So
totally fine.
So those
that doesn't mean anything.
So those lessons that she taught you came from a pure 100% feminine place.
So what? What's wrong with that?
And you inherited that. That is the femininity that is a part of you.
And what lessons would that be?
I don't know what feminine. Your mom taught you. You know what your mama taught you. I don't know. Well, whatever those lessons
You're conflating things. You're conflating everything that the lessons and principles are feminine. You're making it feminine. That doesn't mean that certain lessons are feminine or masculine. That you're conflating. Listen, this is what you're doing. You're conflating just because the woman can teach you something or you can learn from a woman, that means that it's feminine. That doesn't mean that. What are you talking about? What?
Okay,
certain things have nothing to do with masculinity or femininity.
So did your mom? Okay, listen. Did your mom?
This guy says anything.
Okay. Would you say cooking, cleaning is feminine? Cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, is that feminine?
No. How is that? How is cooking and cleaning feminine? If you are a man and you're living on your own, nigga, you gotta cook and clean.
Tell me what's feminine then. So what's feminine? What's feminine?
You don't know how to make distinctions between things and understand when something is actually masculine or feminine in the arguments that I'm making. So you have to make you have to make a distinction between the man and the woman operating in certain cases. Now, if a man is in a relationship with a woman, he's living with a woman, they're in a relationship, he's married to a woman, she's out there working and bringing home the money, and he's out changing Pampers and cooking food and dinner, and nothing is wrong with him. Like, he got all his limbs, he got his legs and his arms, he's not disabled. That's feminine. You get that? That's feminine. That woman will be operating in her masculine. He will be operating in femininity. She will be operating in masculinity. That's the distinction. If the man is living alone with no woman, he's gonna cook and clean for himself. He's gonna be self-sufficient, right? He's gonna do his role as an independent man with no women or children, right? But if he's an able-bodied man in a relationship with a woman and has children, and he's changing Pampers and cooking and cleaning while she's working and bringing home the money, that nigga is feminine.
That's feminine.
She wants to go to work, and she's cool with me chilling.
Based off of the situation. Put it like this. We can also, let me do this for you, because this would also help you out as well. Instead of looking at it from a biological perspective, which maybe that could be a little bit harder to understand because it's more nuanced. Look at it from a virtues perspective, right? Yeah. So masculinity is tied to virtues. Now, what are virtues? One of the virtues would be courage. Another virtue would be chastity. Like, the reason why courage, we would say that that's a masculine virtue, because if all men suddenly lost their courage, well, that'll be the end of this country. We wouldn't have anyone to protect our borders because they all lost their courage. So the world would go into shambles and almost basically end if all men lost their courage. So we know that, well, men need to maintain a certain level of courage in order for us to
That's
maintain
a ridiculous
law, order,
fucking thing to
and
say,
everything
actually.
else. in society.
Nobody needed courage. They
That would
forced
be
you.
a masculine virtue. Because if all
retarded.
women lost their courage, well, yeah, that isn't good, but
That's retarded.
it isn't going to be it isn't going to be a catastrophe, and the world isn't going to end if women lost courage. Bro, they're like 2% in the military, maybe 6% in the police force. We don't
He
really
just says shit.
care about
Like,
women's
if you
courage
actually listen to him-
maintain society, right?
Right.
So we know that
Right.
courage will be a masculine virtue. Now, if we look at chastity is, we would say that, well, if, a woman doesn't maintain a certain level of chastity, if she's just out there sleeping with every guy and she's very promiscuous, well, this would ruin society if all women, didn't maintain a certain level of chastity about themselves. That's what it would come to, right? The world would basically be destroyed. It would be a lot of chaos and destruction. But on the reverse side, if men didn't maintain a certain level of chastity, well, it's not saying that it's, it's still bad, but it wouldn't be catastrophic, like women losing chastity. Like a promiscuous man is not the same as a promiscuous woman. You get it?
But wouldn't that go to say that he'd be in his feminine though?
No. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying that chastity is more of a feminine virtue. Courage is more of a masculine virtue, because we know if men lose their courage, very, very bad things happen. So therefore, we know that men need to maintain their courage, which would be men need to be masculine. Chastity, if women lose their chastity, things will be very, very bad if all women were promiscuous. Right? So this means that they need to maintain a certain level of chastity within the society. We can't have all women on OnlyFans hooking up with people and being selling their bodies. This would be destruction. But men, if they were promiscuous and they were sleeping around, it's not saying that it's good. It's just not saying that like that's a feminine virtue. You get what I'm saying? It's based off the importance level. It's more important for women to be chaste than it is for men. Therefore, chastity is femininity. It's feminine. It's more important for men to have courage. Therefore, courage is masculinity. It's a form of masculinity. It's not a form of femininity. This is how you create distinctions between masculinity and femininity.
So when women lose their chastity,
society starts to feel the negative consequences because of it. When men lose their courage, society starts to feel the negative consequences when men lose their courage. But listen, man, I want to bring up some more people. Good conversation, man. Have a good one. Wasn't getting anywhere. I don't think he just truly understood, but we had the debate. I explained it. I gave him the Andrew Wilson argument, and then I also gave him the biological argument of the masculinity and femininity too. I gave him everything. Bro, you got everything, man. If you don't understand, it will be an IQ reason of why you don't understand. It'll be you don't have the IQ to understand. Like, how many more times I gotta break it down? Hey, anyone that wants to join the stream on TikTok, come on up. Where we at? All right, let's bring up some more people. Well, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Let me get your name, your age, and what do you want to debate about? You see the prompt.
What's going on, brother?
What's up?
I'm 42. I want to talk about number one.
You want to talk about what?
Hold on, give me 1 second, bro. Give me like 5 seconds.
Get the likes up on YouTube. About to be a 5-hour stream.
This dude's
all right, I'm back, man.
All right, what's up, man? Talk to me.
I'm just
Peloton,
looking at 1, 2, and 3, but I'm trying to understand why you believe atheists are dumb.
Okay. Are you an atheist?
Why? Yeah. Why is that?
Well, we can see, but I'm under the belief that atheism is a dumb belief. Do you believe in what's your belief in? Like, you don't believe in God, right? So then, what do you believe in? Do you believe in evolution? How do you think that everything came into existence?
With evidence. See, the thing about an atheist isn't a belief.
You
It's
said
literally the
evidence.
No, atheist.
No. What did you say before that? You said with what? With what?
Well, as far as when it comes to evolution, we have evidence of evolution.
You have evidence. So you believe in. So you only basically are you saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're not saying this, don't say that you are. But then do you only believe in things that you have evidence for?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe in logic?
That's a construct, right?
A construct.
What is logic?
Logic.
What is logic?
Like logic itself. Like currently right now, you're speaking to me and you're able to interpret what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, and you're able to speak in sentences. So currently right now, you're utilizing logic to speak to me. I'm utilizing logic too. I'm not talking about logic as a tool. I'm talking about logic in and of itself, right? Logic, do you believe in logic? Do you believe that that is true?
It's true, and everyone experiences it.
Okay. And where is logic?
In the brain.
In the brain? Can you find it in a microscope?
No, you can't find it in a microscope because it's not tangible. But you just
it's not tangible.
No. What we talk about tangible things? Because you asked me where the things. Wait. You asked me where the things come from.
No. I'm asking you this. You said that you believe in things that have evidence. You only believe in things with evidence. I asked you logic. I said, do you believe in logic? You said, yeah, I believe in logic. I said, where is logic? You said, it's in the brain. I said, okay, well, if it's in the brain, can we find it in a microscope?
But the evidence of it is me and you right now having a conversation.
No. That is us using logic. That does not prove, right? That does not prove that logic itself exists in the brain. You would have to show me where in the brain where it says that the first law of logic is the law of identity. The second is the law of excluded middle. The third is the law of non-contradiction. Where in the brain, the concept of us speaking
it's non-material, but you could still own it.
How can we find this in the brain?
You don't have to look through a microscope, but you go look in a legal document.
Is language in the brain?
Get a lawyer.
Can we find that in a microscope with some evidence?
What about love then?
Get a lawyer.
Same, right?
Yeah,
it's just like
find that
computer
in a
programmers. That's your code. That's your computer logic.
Really?
Well, what you talking about? Really? This is something that you should.
But he won't call me up because
he's some type of, you should feel some type of way that if you believe in, the only thing that you believe in is the things that we can prove, but we can't prove logic. We can't prove love. We can't find these things in a microscope by utilizing science and evolution or whatever you want to appeal to.
Be one of his next
we can't find these things, but you still believe in it.
Debates.
You keep categorizing everything for the use of a microscope as evidence.
Okay,
but he never runs from a debate
or a phase. How else can you prove something without the use of it?
Right now, I'm holding my phone in my hand. I'm on a TikTok app.
It's physical. We can prove that. I'm talking about logic. Can you touch logic?
No, you can't touch logic, but you can use it.
So how can you prove it?
I'm using it.
Are you using a thing? Does that prove the thing by you using the actual thing that you're saying you're using? I can say this. I'm using magic right now. Magic is what I'm using. Okay, so therefore, if I say something that I'm using, does that prove it?
Well, magic isn't.
Is it true? Is it true that I'm utilizing magic just because I can say it?
Bro, what type of field bro stuff is this, man? Like, it makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense to you because this is called, I'll explain, since you don't understand, this is called a transcendental argument, right? So
you want to go one because I'm not too well grounded in philosophy.
He's fucking. He's trying to backtrack and get it back on. But he's all over the place.
I'm atheist about your book. You're a Christian, right?
No. Listen, man. Listen. It's very, very simple. If you're not prepared, it's okay.
I'm prepared.
You just lose the debate. So let me go ahead and map it out for you and to give you some understanding and so you understand at least.
Philosophy. I do not want to do philosophy, brother.
Within science, right? If you are appealing to science, well, science does not have evidence and cannot prove or demonstrate any of these transcendental categories. A transcendental category, I'll explain. These are things that transcend the physical, which is why it's called transcendental. And transcendental categories, there's many of them. So many of them, can't even name them all. It's impossible to name them all. But a few of them, I'll name some for you, is logic, reason, math, like math, number theory, like math, that.
2 plus 2.
Language.
2 plus 2 is math.
Induction and deduction.
It's 2 plus 2
all of
math?
these, yeah, like that would be that's math. These things cannot be empirically proven. You can't, there's no evidence for it. It's not saying that we don't use it. We do use it. But by the use of it does not prove that it derived from the brain. That doesn't prove that it derived from the brain, because if it derives from the brain, we should be able to find it in a microscope. But we can't find it. These are things that are intangible.
Can we drop the microscope?
What are you talking about, the microscope? You just can't follow the position, man. Atheism is dumb because you can't ground these transcendental categories. You don't even understand what I'm speaking about right now.
I'm not well grounded in philosophy.
Well, that's my argument. My argument is that simple, that atheism is dumb is because you came up here and you said that I only believe in things that I can empirically prove for evidence, that I have evidence for. Do you have evidence of logic and reason in and of itself? You do not. You can't touch logic. You can't find it in a microscope. But we utilize logic right now to speak sentences. And not only that, you know, the funny thing is the most, let's say, godly thing about it is that you can't have one without the other. You can't have one transcendental without the other. You can't have math without logic because math, it infers logic. You can't have induction and deduction without logic and math because to utilize induction and deduction to come up with probabilities or definite answers, you would have to utilize logic and reason and math.
Okay.
So all of these transcendental categories, the unique thing is they transcend the physical and that they all have uniformity. You can't have one without the other, which is why I believe in God, because God is the grounding for that.
All right.
They're all grounded in God. God is unchanging. God is omniscient. God is divine. Right? And your atheist belief, you don't believe in anything that's omniscient and divine. You believe that everything is going to die at some point and everything changes at some point. But we know that logic and numbers don't change. The theory of numbers for all the low IQ people in here, that doesn't change. Does 1 + 1 always equal 2? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So that means that if it always equals 2, then it can't be grounded in the mind because the mind is finite.
Okay.
The mind dies.
I can see you got that point at that point. But when it comes to your book.
No, you can't even, listen, in order for us to, I'm happy to get to the Bible, but in order to get to the Bible first, you would need to justify how you can speak sentences right now. Because under my worldview, I can give a justification on why I can speak sentences. Can you?
Okay, can I give mine? Can I give my reason why I don't believe, why I'm an atheist, and why it's not dumb? Since you gave yours, can I have
give
a
a
go with it?
justification on how you can speak sentences and I can understand you and you can understand me? Can you justify that under your atheist belief?
Evolution of the brain.
Evolution of the brain is okay. Evolution of the brain is this. The brain evolved over time. That's random events occurring, and it has no purpose at all. So the brain, the reason why we have these organisms is because of luck, of chance. If there's luck and chance, then what's the purpose for the brain? What's the purpose for the lungs? What's the purpose for all of these organisms that serves the body many purposes?
Okay.
If there's no purpose for the brain, then why are you up here debating under your worldview? You shouldn't be debating. This is why you need to be able to justify and give me an account on why you can make sentences.
I can tell you why atheism isn't dumb.
Listen, you speaking to me right now, but under your worldview, you actually don't have the ability to speak.
Because you say so.
No, then justify how you can speak. You want me to? You want me to do it first, and then you try to do it. How about that?
Justify why I can speak.
From my worldview, I can justify and give an account on why I can speak.
You can give your reason why it doesn't make it true.
No, I can give a justification.
Does it make it true?
In my worldview, yes, it would be true.
In your worldview,
and even in your worldview, it will be true, because in my worldview, it's the only possibility for it to be true.
I disagree with you. What you're about to tell me, right? What you just said.
So wait, you disagree and you didn't even hear the position.
You told me I could speak because of God, pretty much, right?
That isn't the argument.
But that's what it sums down to, right?
That isn't the argument.
But are you going to tell me when everything laid out, I can speak because of God, right?
Correct. That would be the conclusion.
Yeah. I do not agree with that.
Okay, that's fine. Totally good. I already knew that you wasn't going to agree. So if you don't agree, then please give me a justification on how you can speak in sentences right now.
Is there anything wrong with saying like I don't know?
Are you agnostic?
No, I don't know.
Oh, you just don't know
about how I'm able to speak, but I know it's not because of your God.
So you don't know how you can speak, but under your worldview, the reason why you don't know is because you don't have the capabilities to give an account for speaking. But under my worldview, I can give an account. I can map it out for you.
Can I give my argument, brother?
No, man, until you let me know how you can speak.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, then listen, man, let's get to the next caller.
No, see, that's bullshit, man. You know.
That's why atheism is dumb. They don't even know how they can speak. Yo, imagine not having the ability to justify how you can speak and use logic and reason and all of these other things. Imagine how you can't give an account for that. Oh, but I can? And he says, oh, but well, yours is just gonna, conclude to God. Well, yeah, that will be the conclusion, but I can actually give an account, a step-by-step process on how we can speak and understand one another. But under your worldview, you don't even know how we can speak and understand one another. Okay. I got you. And my argument is that there's not another worldview that would be logical and consistent that can give an account on how we can speak sentences. The Christian worldview is the only worldview on how we can speak in sentences. Oh, man. For all the newcomers, because I'm live on TikTok, you guys are probably new. These are, thought-provoking conversations for you guys that's used to my dating and relationship type of content. But simply, I just ran a transcendental argument on them, which is an argument to prove God. And simply, I'll give a quick overview for you guys. So, intelligibility. What is intelligibility? Well, intelligibility is, it encompasses many different things. It encompasses the ability to observe, understand information, interpret information, things of that sort. And intelligibility assumes many different transcendental categories,
3 hours to this
like logic, reason, number theory, induction, deduction.
Says my name like a million
self,
times. Knows I'm sitting right there. Yeah, acts like I'm not here.
It includes all of this in intelligibility. So to be an intelligent being, well,
he was like, "What do you want to debate about?"
All of these metaphysical categories, they don't derive from the physical. So an atheist perspective,
he was like,
there a lot of them
you're not
come
a good
from
debater in that topic,
foundationalist.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Physicalist perspective and materialist perspective,
and then get on
where they believe that everything
I'm not gonna debate you
derived from a physical perspective. They don't believe in things that are non-physical.
But yeah, nonetheless,
so they say. But then, like he just said that, well, he does believe in logic and reason, but can you touch it? Can you find it in a microscope? No. So this means that
maybe next
there
time
are things that transcend the physical that we just assume in our everyday life.
Yeah, whatever. All right.
Right? You just assume these things because you're utilizing it all the time. But if you ever thought to think like
next time, but I do want to step in the debate, open mic.
How do I have the ability to where is logic?
A little bit.
Where is
one show pony?
Consciousness? Where is the self?